But chicken butt, we alive.
Oh, great. And that's what I open it with?
Yeah, that's exactly how you open
Open mine the best.
Yeah, I'm sorry, everyone. I am a child, and I behave as such.
You're a child.
Yes, he is, and he does behave as such.
Hey, that can get you into some hot water there.
Oh yeah? How's that? I like hot water. That's why I take hot showers.
I won't lie. I think this would be better if you were wearing the horse head.
Well, Whelan can put it on. It's his thing. I just do that to be like Whelan's giving me a blowjob.
Let me go get.
So to start this out, what's up, Illumijashi? To start this out, this is going to be our weekly stream, YouTube hangout. This is the pilot episode, I guess. Live viewing. So yeah, we're calling it MotoBuddies Live, to be specific. We may change it eventually. I don't know. Just depends on how it goes, how it rolls over in the community, and basically let's talk about random shit, and if anybody's got any questions or anything or topics they want to discuss or anything like that, just feel free to let us know.
I suggest we change the name to Stream Ramrod.
You sound like Ninja Shift now. Sick-Car Ramrod, Sick-Car Ramrod. I guarantee you, if he comes in here, his first word will probably be either "Hey Farva" or "Shenanigans."
Well, I mean, pretty much everything that I've been in with you, we've made a shenanigans at least twice.
And it's mostly because Ninja will come in here because he laughs so hard.
He did. His like gut-busting laughter is entertaining.
It is very entertaining. All you got to do is say, "I believe that when me shit turns purple and smells like rainbow sherbet."
You're a little too good at that. Here we go.
Hey, there it is.
There it is.
You gotta get the bike in the background, right? I can't. Yeah.
Wait, why are you in your garage? Oh, are you in
because
your phone?
that's where I keep my bike.
He wants to make it relevant to motorcycle. I could do that right here.
My house is a mess.
A real
I live in an
bike.
apartment. My bike is like way beneath me, like way down there. I can't get to it. I'll lose Wi-Fi.
Yeah, Will Maddock uses his phone, and I don't know where he's at, but the sound, it's like ear piercing.
Yeah, I know. For whatever
someday he
reason,
can.
I expected his vlogs to have shit audio quality, but his audio quality in his videos is fine.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why I expected that. I was just so used to hearing him in Hangout.
What was that look for, Dodge?
Didn't you see his bike? It was staring at me. It was like,
It's not my bike, thus it gets the big middle finger because it bears the letters H and D.
Uh-huh. D multiple times. But that's a real bike.
It's a real piece
my
of
bike has a D on it. It doesn't have an H though.
Mine actually, shit, I just realized I fucked myself because I read a Honda.
And it's got an H and a D.
Okay. It's got an H and a D and is made in Milwaukee and weighs 500 fucking tons. How about that?
There you go. Milwaukee.
Passive aggressive, vague enough. Yeah, I don't like Harleys at all.
I don't mind them. I just don't like the typical mentality that comes from their riders.
See, I have no problem whatsoever with the riders. I just don't like the bikes. And I hate working on them, and because I live at home and my mom owns 2 of them, I get to work on them a lot.
Nice.
No, they're very reliable these days. I've heard that they're reliable. You don't have to work on them at all.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
Now, what I was told
Well, I
was
mean, if you
because
don't
they
work
used
on it at all, you just get to buy a new one every year, which I mean works for Harley Davidson.
what I heard was because they used to have a real bad problem with actually shaking the carburetor out of adjustment, and Honda helped them fix that. That's what I heard.
Fuckers. Well, you mentioned shaking the carb out of adjustment. I have noticed two to four things that have become loose just because of the vibration of the engine.
Yeah, I mean, you look at a Harley and watch the motor. If you watch that engine, it's just the whole bike is still, but the motor's.
Yeah, so they've got really good motor mounts and just a shitty motor. No, I heard something that they patented or copyrighted or whatever, some sort of intentionally out of balance camshaft so that it would shake like that and give that kind of potato sound to the idle.
That is true. Their sound and the way they go about creating it, they do have under a copyright.
Yes, I do know that.
Which, I mean, I will admit that sitting there on a big bore idling V-twin, it's entertaining. But
I sit on a big bore idling V-twin, and it doesn't sound like that.
But it's just one of those things where I enjoy the novelty of it, but I wouldn't own one because I think that would get really old really quick. Like, it's shaking its turn signals loose, it's shaking the battery cables loose, shaking the air filter loose, the saddlebags.
Shaking your testicles off.
I don't have them anymore, dude. I rode it for 5 miles. They're gone.
My first KTM broke 3 license plates, 2 license plate mounts, several turn signals. It disconnected the battery 3 times. It broke 2 batteries internally because of vibrations.
Christ's sake. I know KTMs are kind of known for being
unique.
What's that?
Yeah. My first KTM was a 625 Supermoto. It was a single cylinder, and though they claimed it had a balancer shaft, it literally vibrated like a paint shaker. It was so bad that if you were going down the road 40 miles an hour, you couldn't read street signs.
Oh my God.
Your eyes vibrated so bad you couldn't
Good
read
Lord.
street signs.
That is a thumper, man.
That's how my Suzuki was. I had the Intruder. I had a 92 and a 94. Both of them 1400s, and anywhere over like 70 mile an hour, it would shake the dog shit out of you.
It went over 70 miles an hour?
Yeah, dude, that thing would actually do like 110. Very, very unsafely, I might add.
Very unsafely.
But it was a very comfortable, I've got to give it to it. It was a very comfortable bike. I mean, they put a 1400 motor on an 800cc frame.
Yeah.
And it was just nuts. And you could tell, because I set it next to an 800, and like the motor didn't even come close to the frame. But you look at mine, and like they had to cut out like the valve covers and shit where the top of the engine so they could fit around the frame.
Yeah, it's kind of like my old Sabre and Magna, you know, like I guess 80s to mid 80s was kind of like the muscle bike where you take a standard size frame and cram a huge ass motor in it. I had a 700 and it was kind of the same thing, like the motor fit inside the frame and it looked reasonable. And then when I bought my 1100, which is not a huge difference, but still it's another 400 cc's, it's like this thing does not fit in here, and to do anything I have to like take the carbs off, take the gas tank off, take the rad off just to get at anything, which it was a really fun bike, but I made it a little, I mean I had to do that on the 700 too just because they were sister models, so they built them the same way.
Yeah. I wonder if Sarge knows his mic is muted.
It's better that he doesn't. No.
Oh, man.
You all
So,
click on his picture and see him smiling.
back when he was young.
Your face.
So, yeah. Cheers.
Yeah, fair enough.
Sounds like one of my vlogs is 90%, so yeah, all right.
Yeah, you don't know how many of those I cut out. Like if you watch some of my videos and you see like I'm talking, all of a sudden it just like it skips 50 feet down the road. That's because I took out an
I do the
and
same thing.
yep.
Yep, I do the same thing.
That's a lot of the reason I like having the GoPro down there because you can't tell when I skip over sometimes.
Yeah. I mean,
Just go to the other camera, it'll be fine. Nobody will know.
My
clever.
wife and I started doing the daily vlog thing, and it's the same thing. When you start talking to the camera, you hold your camera up, you start talking to say, okay, so...
And then every cut or
Think about it.
Every video clip starts with, okay, so... As if that's some magical way to address it.
Mine is all right, guys. It's always, all right, guys.
Yeah.
I have to cut that out so many times.
definitely noticed that in my Hocking Hills video I just put up as I was scrubbing through, because it's like every time I started talking, it's because we made it to another destination, so my default greeting is, all right, so, and just whenever I talk, at least in that video, because it's a trip, every time I cut in, I had to cut a lot of those out, and it's tricky to do when I don't stop talking.
You don't realize how repetitive you are until you actually watch your raw footage, and then you're like, oh, wow, I need to delete all this, some of these, a couple of those.
I have cut out so many of those, but I've kind of trained myself. I'm still training, but I've kind of trained myself to stop doing the ums, pick up where I left off, because I repeat myself a lot. I got hiccups, but I'm still working on it. But it's getting a lot better.
I've gotten better, but I'm still nowhere where I want to be.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
place it.
if you're where you want to be, you don't have any more goals.
Yeah, that's true. And it's another one of those where, like, I notice it in my videos. I really don't notice it in other people's videos. So I would assume it's the same way watching mine as a third party, but still, it bothers me.
Yeah, I mean, your viewers don't notice it as much, but they still know that you're improving, trying to improve, whichever way you want to look at it. I don't know about Dodge.
It's why I came up with a different phrase. That's why I say, hey, moto friends, because that way I'm specifically addressing them, and it only takes a little while before that becomes your habit, and then you start everything off when you're in that mindset of, hey, moto friends, so, or whatever, you just start talking about it. That way you're always addressing them.
That reminded me of the way Vsauce starts all his videos. Pops up in the frame, goes, hey, Vsauce, Michael here, and then starts talking about science.
And the Moto Friends thing is actually why that video come out of, like, giving my viewers a name type deal, so that I could kind of do something like that, but because, Moto Friends is taken, whatever. I don't like that whole army, blah, blah, blah crap. It's too overdone. Yeah. The
Just
whatever-ites.
Start every video, just go, sup, bitches.
Right? No, I did start...
Red
I did notice a trend with mine. I go, what is up, Louisville, YouTube, blah, 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 and all you other motherfuckers or whatever, every fucking body else. That's it. So,
I think every one of mine starts with, like, what's up, everybody, or some shit like that.
yeah.
Well, and a lot of people do that, and that was something I kind of noticed myself doing. And I wanted to change it, like what you were talking about, but I didn't want to do that thing where, like, you refer to your audience as the nation or the army or whatever. I personally it feels pretentious. So I just started every video, started going, hey, friends, kind of like what you were talking about, Dodge, except more vague. And then I would say, because a lot of guys would be like, I don't want to pick any channel names, so I'm not trying to talk about anybody, but what's up, guys? It's Wheelan here. It's like, I know it's Wheelan. I see your name. Right. But I kind of do the same thing. I'm like, my name is Wheelan.
That's from, like, the video game. I see that a lot in the video game community. It's like, What's up, everybody? You know, what is it? Top of the morning is Jacksepticeye. Top of the morning to you laddies. Jacksepticeye here, or whatever he does.
Top of the morning.
Yeah, that's what he does. I mean, he's Irish. And then they all do, like PewDiePie. Even he does it. The biggest YouTuber, and he goes, "How's it going, bros? It's PewDiePie." So, I mean, even the top motovlog, like they're fucking motovloggers. God damn it, I'm dumb. But
Hey, they
even
can't all be that cool.
do what?
I said they can't all be that cool.
Right. Dude, there's a lot of people coming over to watch the motovloggers and stuff. I mean, you look at the top subscribed motovloggers that have built it on motovlogging, like Walterific, Dan, Jake, Subdelinquent, Derek, everybody like that. I mean, there are a lot of people.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how many of those are subscribed to all of them, so like those numbers are combined to bring everybody up, but I mean, yeah. And there's one, I don't know how or what marketing he's using, but it is working for him. Motopilot.
Not familiar with him.
He's been motovlogging for I think 5 months, and he's over 4,000 now.
God damn.
Yeah, he got 600. I think he got 600 in 60 days. So I don't know what marketing he's using, and I like his setup that he's got. He's got an overlay he puts on there. He's like really getting into the pilot thing. He's not really a pilot. He's addressed that. But there was a lot of controversy over his because he watched one of Walterific's helmet videos, and
Yeah.
And everybody was saying, "Oh, you stole Walterific's idea." But no, he actually contacted Walterific and said, "Hey, I got your idea, blah, blah, blah." He kind of squashed that in one of his videos. So, yeah, he does have some nice overlays. What's up, Throttle Lock?
Oh, I thought he was in here.
No, I know. I saw a Motopilot show up, and I'm like, "Oh, wait."
He's lurking.
But, yeah. But no, I mean, he's a good motovlogger. I mean, he's got that whole thing going for him. I don't know what his background is, but whatever he's doing,
Working.
yeah. But he did address how he's growing so fast. He markets it out. You spend money to make money. I mean, I don't have it to spend, so I don't spend it to boost my Facebook posts and things like that.
There are things that you can do for free, though. There's a lot of stuff people don't know about channel branding, and that's one of the things. Like, you talk about not addressing your audience and saying who you are because it sounds repetitive, but unfortunately, that is something that mass market consumerism looks for. If you remind people that they're part of something bigger than just themselves, they feel part of a culture, and then they feel more accepted and more valued, and they will actually be better ingrained into watching your videos. It is unfortunately something that you have to do.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can see your point and their point as well, because not everybody's going to come in and watch your first videos where you say who you are and what you're doing. Mm-hmm. So they're going to come in at probably your most recent video. So it's a good point. I didn't actually think about that, even though I should have. I'm dumb. What up, beer? Hey, y'all know what time it is.
It's 30.
I can't do it one-handed. There it goes. Shit. It's splashed.
Sick Hillary, just sick Rook. Has anyone been following that? Like, I just vaguely know that apparently the latest conspiracy theory is that Hillary Clinton is deathly ill.
No, don't care.
Yeah. Okay.
We do have a question in chat though. How did y'all get started started vlogging? What gave you the drive to do it? So who wants to go first?
So there I was, walking along a dry creek bed and laying there in the dirt. I found a camera that had a full charge and an empty card, and so I started talking to it. And then I got 1 million subscribers, and I'm very wealthy.
That doesn't sound legit.
There is one fact in that is true. So
he was lying in a dry creek bed.
Yeah. Alcohol may not have been involved.
So I guess I'll start off. I was watching YouTube. I mean, it's what most of y'all do. I was watching YouTube one day. I was watching a bunch of motorcycle videos because I do have a passion for motorcycles, and I saw I was watching a bunch of stunt videos and fail videos and stuff like that, and all of a sudden I come across, I think it was one of Yummy's or something like that, and I was like, wait a minute, how is he like recording it and then talking later, but he's got it all synced up? Like, what? How does he do this? So I started doing some research. I was like, holy shit! And I was like, I've got a passion for motorcycles, and I had just started, like Twitch streaming and stuff like that, and I was going to do video game videos, and I've done a few of them, but it's a whole different fucktard shit. So I was like, you know what? Why don't I combine a passion with something else that I want to make a passion, which is YouTube. So then I did some research, got the cameras, got the setup and the gear and all, and just started doing it. And my drive to keep doing it is because the community is fucking amazing. So it's a lot less drama filled than the video game world.
He said,
That's not to say there's not drama. I think I said this in a video. There is drama.
For a few more years,
Right. But I mean, it's not as prevalent. Is that a word? Yeah. It's not as obvious in the motovlogging world as far as I've seen.
Yes,
I mean, you'll
there are fewer open debates and arguments between people. That's true. Yes. There's a lot of the viewers shaming other people for watching certain motovloggers or endorsing certain motovloggers, and that all goes on in the background. And if you stay around long enough, you'll start to hear the rumors. You'll start to see the little things that go on. Most of it never gets captured and put on video and on YouTube, but it does go on.
I've already seen a lot of it, and I've been filled in on a lot of it. But like you said, it doesn't make it to video. And as far as the viewers saying, well, shaming people for watching this person or watching that person or whatever, that's on the viewers. You're not going to stop that. But as far as a motovlogger shaming another motovlogger in a video or talking bad about another motovlogger or something like that, yeah, we poke fun every now and then, but it's never anything serious, or at least I haven't come across those videos yet. But like in the video game community, they're just like, well, this guy plays this game better, and blah blah blah, and the YouTuber's like, yeah, I play this better than that person, or I'm doing this video first, I did it first, and blah 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 blah, and blah 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 blah. And like, I've been doing the cheers in my videos, and I mean, personally, I do it as out of respect for Derek, to say, hey, I like your shit, and it's great. I don't do it out of disrespect for him or anybody else that does it. So, yeah. And I've gotten ideas for some of my stuff, like speeding it up, playing it in reverse, and all that other bullshit. I've gotten those ideas, obviously, from other videos. But, I try, to make it my own. So, but there's my started in vlogging and blah, blah, blah response. Who's next?
I will.
All right, go for it.
I had a floating head vlog. They looked like this, where I sat in front of a webcam, and that was before YouTube existed. That was back in the live video days, and I don't know, I had like 1,000 subscribers or 800-900 subscribers, something like that. And I started watching More Death 13 back on live video because anyone that had an interest in motorcycles and scooters watched More Death, and I was like, this is a great idea. I could ride a motorcycle. And then a couple of years go by, and I have a friend at work who talks about all the things he does on motorcycles. I'm like, I'm going to get a motorcycle. I'm going to ride one of these things. And once I started riding motorcycles, I was like, I can't keep doing these two hobbies separately because I wanted to spend all my time riding, and I didn't want to sit at home making videos anymore. So I just combined the two as soon as I could. I already knew that motovlogging was a thing. I was already making videos very regularly in my life, and I've gone to great efforts to make sure that there was no link between Dodge Rider and those original videos that I made. And
so how long have you been motovlogging? Like when was your first motovlog?
2009.
2009. I think that's when Sarge started, wasn't it?
I thought he started a little after me, but not much. I mean, he was doing it back in the live video days before that.
Oh, was he? Because he
think
told me
he was
2008.
part of that community. I don't know if he was making videos.
House, yes, I am. This is for because some of y'all have came in since I said this. MotoBuddies Live is going to be a regular thing on Thursdays. It's 8 o'clock Eastern time. We're going to hang out here with at least, well, I know myself, obviously, Sergeant Markins and M6 FC6, and then we've got special guests, Dodge Rider and Wheelin, or not Wheelin, for the...
I'll never call him that, by the way. It's never going to happen. He's always Wellin.
Wellin.
That's just how it works.
It may catch on. What's up?
Whatever works, man. I know we changed topics like 5 times since, but the reason I say my name at the very beginning of every one of my videos is because I want people to know how I pronounce it.
Wheeling.
Never gonna catch
House, I know who you are. So yeah, I mean, back to the thing, Sarge. Yeah, you've well, I mean, I don't know where he's at. His smiling face is down there, just smiling at us all creepy pedo-like, but, you know, it is what it is. We're just going to keep talking about you until you show up. So, you've been doing it since 2009. Sarge has been doing it since longer, but he told me 2009. Maybe that's his, like, official start.
2009 on YouTube.
There he is.
On YouTube. But notice how he said on YouTube.
Okay, where was it?
Were you part of the live video group?
About a year before everybody made the jump to YouTube.
Okay.
I was a 1 or 2 videos on live, and I watched everyone else.
Yeah.
And
to a porn site.
Yeah. And, you know, M13 made the jump. There were quite a few others that made the jump, and then live video went dead.
So there's a debate over who did it first on YouTube. Some people say M13, some people say Defobra, or no, Bilma.
Who cares?
It's not.
First.
What's that?
I was gonna say M13 popularized it first. Like, he had way more subscribers, but it doesn't mean that he necessarily did it first.
Right.
True.
But in defense of Billy on this one, he and Tracy were recording with like Sony Handycams taped to their gas tanks for years before More Death actually owned a motorcycle. So, I mean, they've been doing that since the 90s.
Yeah, they were doing more of a less a documentary type thing.
Yeah.
And then converted it digital, and we're putting it up, which is cool.
So, question.
That's the whole thing that gets me about. I know there was a debate, and I think Dodge probably saw it maybe years ago. A lot of subscribers, or the what do they call them?
Followers.
Yeah, the followers. They were talking. It was a long time ago, but they were talking about, oh, so and so did it first. So and so did it first. So and so did it first. There are no firsts.
Yeah.
If you go on YouTube, there's no first on anything.
There is a first. You just can't find who did it.
Exactly. And nobody did it first. And who's the best is all relative.
I can answer this one real quick. Have you hit any more side mirrors? Not since the one video, but I did hit the trunk of a car that pulled out in front of me. A video is coming up Tuesday. You'll see why.
Tease.
But to continue with the start at the how you started in your drive and everything, and then we'll move on to pros. We've got Wheelan, Sarge, and M6 left. Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
If Dodge was done.
I'll go.
Shit on the floor. I'm gonna.
He's done now.
Okay, yeah. He can't.
I got a cat that keeps crapping on the floor instead of in the toilet. So I'm just, when I hear a cat meow,
And that's how Dodge started motovlogging.
exactly how it happened. Cat shit on the floor, you're chasing after it, you collect them in little baggies, get their uniqueness.
All right, so Sarge, you said you'd go? All right, Wheelan?
Well, I would hazard a guess that I am by far the youngest person in here, but I'd had a bike for a year or two, and I think it just came from one night I sat down. I'm like, I want to know how to launch from a stop like the right way, to go fast. And so I looked something up, and the only relevant video that came up was an M13 video on how to feather the clutch. And so I watched one or two M13 videos. Somehow I got to Cycle Cruiser from there, and then yeah, I know it's a big jump. And then
That's a huge jump.
for a related video, I got to Jake the Garden Snake. And then, of course, being a hyperactive teenager, I latched onto Jake and started watching all his stuff. But I already had a GoPro before I really knew motovlogging was a thing. I just had it in a Teletubby mount on top of my helmet and no audio or anything, but I just ran it because I have a GoPro, why not? And then my bike didn't work for about 8 months, and I finally bought another one, dumped it a month and a half later, and then started making regular vlogs a few months after that.
Huh. Huh? And there you go.
And Wheeler was born.
Right? All right, Sarge is back, so you want to...
Oh, I've got family here. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, okay.
So if I cut in or out, you know, like, what would you call me the other night? Grandpa.
All right, understandable.
Yeah.
So, do you want to answer it before you go back, or?
Oh no, I'm good. Yeah. So the whole with the live video was 2 or 3 videos in my head and on live video. The thing I was looking for was I was wanting to video my friends, and then of course I ran across when that all ended on live video, came to YouTube, and YouTube was just I don't know how to put it. Their search engine was much better than live video was.
Yeah, live video was terrible.
Yeah, if you wanted to find anything, and then of course when YouTube merged with Google, you search anything and it comes up on YouTube. There's a video on everything. But I was looking at videoing my friends, and then I ran across videos where guys were talking. I'm like, holy crap! If I could follow my friends and talk in the helmet at the same time, giving commentary like some of these guys are, that would be awesome. So next thing I know, I had a Bloggy at one point, a Kodak ZI8. What was the? I still got it, an MD80. Stuff.
You had the V570 as well.
No, I didn't do the V570 thing because I think the V570 was starting to go out, and people were scrounging them up like wooden chairs.
Ah.
He had a couple. He had a couple of those. He's like, I got these off of eBay, and so yeah, I don't know. And like most people, I don't know if you guys are into it or not, but like most people, I wasn't into it to be YouTube famous, I should say. So I never really put myself out there. You know, the tags weren't there, all the links and all that other stuff, but all of a sudden people start to notice you.
Yeah, I've got to retag some of my old stuff.
Yeah.
Because now I've got a better understanding of how to tag videos.
Oh yeah, is that Poopy Kitty?
No, Floor Shitter is the other one.
For
I renamed them. There's Nico.
Uh-huh.
And then there's Floor Shitter.
I like the look on his face. And then there's Floor Shitter.
No, I had to ask Dodge about his cats the other day because my wife's like, I would love to have a cat in the house. I'm like, only if it could use the toilet. Oh, wait a minute. Dodge has 2 cats.
My cat hates me.
Stressful when cats to move. So So trust me, it's not like a problem with a cat. It's like when you move, it's stressful on them, and often it disrupts their habits, even with litter boxes, not just toilets. So it's very common, even with litter boxes, that they'll start shitting on the floor in a corner when you move. So we're just trying to, you know.
I've got that small problem myself, but Shoei, the only cat in the house, she's blind, so she actually does miss the litter box.
Can't
She's
imagine why.
She's like, I've got to go, Dad. I'm sorry.
All right, so M6.
Oh,
And quiet over there.
Pretty much, my story is pretty damn simple. I've wanted a bike all my life. I'm 31 now, so I've waited all up until this year to get a bike in the winter. Because it's like my parents were all, you know, the whole, oh, you got to be safe, you can't ride, blah, 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 blah. Well, when I actually buckled down to buy one, my mom actually was like, bought me my GoPro and was like, I want you to record while you ride, that way, you know, for insurance purposes. If you die, we got it on camera, you know, that kind of thing, you know. So while I was doing that, I started thinking, and then I was like, this is going to be actually pretty cool because I'm going from zero experience. And the very first time I got on my bike, I've recorded it. So, because I had my GoPro before my bike. So it's cool for me. And it's like while I was doing it, I just started talking to myself. And, you know, I was watching other people do it. And I was like, you know, that's actually pretty cool. You know, so that's exactly why I started doing it, just for the simple fact of I already had the camera on my face, recording, you know, me riding basically, because I wanted to also show my friends too, you know, that never ride before, like, look, it's really not that hard, you know what I mean? People give it more than, you know what I mean, because like I just got up right on the damn thing and just left with it. Like, I mean, I don't know if anybody else had the problems, you know what I mean, like a lot of problems start first riding, but I mean,
you can't overanalyze things as far as riding goes.
I mean, and that's what I did before, because like I would watch all these YouTube videos like how to do this, how to do that, and I was like, it built so like I was so damn nervous to even sit on one, you know what I mean? But as soon as I got it back to the house, I was like, all right, I just got on and just started riding the damn thing. Like, it was,
you know, that showed last weekend when you blew past me at about a.
Oh God!
That
scared the fuck out of me.
At least 45 miles an hour.
No, I hit whenever I blew past
what
Rook.
we were doing.
I blew past Rook. When I got to him, it was like 119.
45.
So
45.
You were doing every bit of 45.
Exactly.
he was doing every bit of 45, every bit of the speed limit.
So you've got a uniqueness with yours because you're learning. Like, you started writing when your channel, like, you've learned everything as you're going.
I started my channel. Well, my channel was actually a lot older because of gaming videos that I used to do.
Yeah.
But, like, my very first ride, I recorded it and threw it up. And, like, started, because I already knew how to edit, but not, like, real good at it, you know what I mean? Like, cause I don't like doing all the little faces and all this other, like, it's just, to me, like, everybody does it. So it's like, it's one of those things where I don't like to take my time and spend another 2 hours just adding little bitty small shit to my videos, because it's not about that for me. Like, it's not about the subs. It's not about, you know, being popular and all that. Like, it started out just me recording just to, like, say if someone pulled out in front of me or, you know what I mean, whatever. That's what it started as. And then I just started actually vlogging, because I've never vlogged. I'm not a vlogger. Like, I'm that quiet person in the corner that usually, like, at parties and stuff like that, I'm the one that never says anything. I just observe everybody. Like, that's me. And for me to actually do the vlogging thing is kind of like out of my norm, and it's out of my box. And
sometimes, you know, I wish I was like that. I just can't keep my mouth shut.
I'm a huge introvert, which means I used to sit at the house all the time, play on the computer, like, never do anything, never associate with anybody, like, and for me, getting the motorcycle was actually a huge step, and doing this whole, like, vlogging in the community and, like, everything, it's all new to me, and, like, I'm learning everything, and, like, in my videos, you can tell that, like, from my very first time I rode a motorcycle till now, you can actually tell the difference in my riding, my, you know, how I do the vlogs, how I do the edits, like, everything.
Your shifting and everything's gotten a lot better.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I used
I
to shift
remember in
like
the beginning
crap.
it was like.
And see, my bike, it's not a. It's. I mean, you've used my clutch on my bike. It's a. It like on the FC6, it's not a like it uses like the oil and shit that you know what I mean, for the clutch. So
It's a hydraulic clutch.
It's real like hard and like and see, I thought that was normal until I looked at yours and like pushed it in with like my pinky finger and was like, oh, well, maybe that's not normal.
No, the pinky finger. That was when the chain.
Oh yeah, that's when
It's
you
not.
broke it.
It's not that easy. It's still. I mean, it's still easy. I use 2 fingers on mine. So.
Cable clutch feels about the same as I remember my hydraulic clutches feeling, if a little bit lighter, but that, I mean, can be adjusted.
My anal intruder had a hydraulic clutch, and I mean, it was easy, just 1 finger. It was a very easy, very light clutch.
My bike is the only one I've ever rode, so anything different than it, who knows?
Yard 34 up in Michigan's got a Gixxer 600, and she's got some aftermarket clutch on it. And oh my god, not only can you just like 1 finger clutch pull that, it's the smoothest clutch I've ever felt. Like you can't, like on mine, I can feel difference in resistance depending on where the clutch is, but it's like, it is butter, man. I want one.
Now, as far as clutches, while we're on the subject, I've got a question for Dodge, since he knows all this shit. So when I go to when I'm trying to clutch one up, I've got the RPM understanding a little bit better now, and where I need to be. Like when I try to clutch a wheelie up.
Okay.
Because I've got that 600 Clatana. Whenever I go to do it, I'll just let the clutch go. But as I've already let it go and everything, it's like it's still letting out. So I don't know if it's...
So it feels like it's feathering it out instead of snapping it out?
Yes.
So if I remember correctly, the adjustment for the Katana clutch is the same as a lot of other bikes. Down on the side of the engine, there's a coarse adjuster for the clutch, and on your clutch handle, there is a coarse and a fine adjuster. The coarse adjuster on the engine side actually moves the friction zone, and the coarse and fine adjuster up on the perch, on the handle, changes basically the remaining tension that you didn't get from down below. But what you can do is loosen the little nuts on the ones down below and rotate them a little bit so that you can essentially move if this is the range of motion on your clutch and your friction zone is here, you can move it in or out. You want to make sure that the friction zone is completely within the range of motion of the clutch. But it sounds like right now yours is like really close to the bar, and so as soon as you start letting it out, the clutch starts to grab? No,
it's actually right about here.
Okay, so if it's most of the way out, then it's fine. You just need to let the clutch out faster. The other thing is you have a 600 Katana, so you probably need to be doing a little bit higher RPM and a little bit higher throttle. Like
higher RPM, higher throttle at a lower gear.
Yeah, well, I don't know which gearing you have, but
so going into it,
second gear, you probably need to be going like 50, 45.
So 50 or 40, 45 or 50 in second gear, and then clutch in, throttle, clutch out.
But I would try it where you be in second gear at like 25 miles an hour, roll on a shitload of throttle, and then just quickly snap the clutch in and out at like 35 miles an hour and see what happens. And then bring the speed up to like 40. But again, same like wide open throttle kind of thing. Not fully open, but at least half or 3/4. Because 600 Katanas do not wheelie easily. Even the 750s don't.
I can't find one video showing a clutch up on... Well, I found one video, but he was way far away, and it was like a 30-second clip. And I'm like, fuckers! I can't wait until I get a leader bike, and then I can just power wheelie.
I can wheelie my Grom. I mean...
I mean,
loop the Grom.
That's right. How to loop a Grom. Brought to you by...
How to loop Grom.
That's another reason why I actually do want to get a Groms, because that's what I want to practice wheelies on. Even though there's a big difference, but
No.
No.
The Grom has so much power that you have to clutch it up to like right at balance point, and you have to carry it at balance point, which means while you're trying to learn to wheelie, you're better off learning very low, like 1 foot, 2 foot wheelies and chasing them out. What you really want is a bike that has a little bit more power, a little bit less weight, but you still want it to be a more powerful, lighter weight bike you have now, but way bigger and more powerful than the Grom. It's actually way easier to learn on a bike like a dirt bike or a supermoto or almost any naked street bike. I mean, seriously, almost any of them. Because what you want is to do a wheelie where you get the front end to come up about a foot and then slowly set back down. And then the next time, you either hold the clutch in longer or use a little more throttle. And then you learn to chase it so that you'll be rolling on the throttle to chase the wheelie. That way, when you start bringing them higher, you've already got that muscle memory for the throttle control. That way, you're not as likely to loop it when you get them near balance point.
Okay, well, not this weekend, but next weekend. I want you to wheelie my Katana.
Yeah, I can try for you.
I'm good.
Just to see if it's all okay.
Yeah.
So moving on to the next question, the Pro 2KS. He's actually him and Michael House are from my Twitch streams. Pro asks, question for everyone: advice you could give for new motovloggers. And this would be more of a question for Sarge and
Yeah, I can't answer this
Dodge.
question because I'm new. I don't know what to do.
I'm new. I mean, I've only been doing it for about a year, year and a half. Well, no.
I still don't know what the hell
over a
I'm
year.
doing, so I can't give no
No,
advice.
here's the big thing: is what do you want to do with your channel? That's the whole thing.
Okay,
Honestly.
so couple scenarios so that we can answer this question.
Well, and some would be in Dodge's neighborhood, and some may be in mine.
Right. So, say your goal is to be
Shoot for the stars.
right. So you want to shoot for the stars. I mean, that's kind of what I want to do.
Sure.
But say you want to shoot for the stars, become YouTube famous.
And that's actually pretty tough. I mean, sure, the big guys know the secrets, the ins and outs, the taglines, the clickbait sort of thumbnails, the titles. That's
There are
actually
seven. There,
kinda
sorry to
hard to
interrupt you, but there are 7 videos that I looked at today, and I did not click on them because I knew they were clickbait. One of them was MER6. Something about a naked chick, and I could see in the thumbnail it just had the chick there. She had a bathing suit and a shirt on. I'm like,
Well, we know better.
There. It's clickbait. Even my meetup video, I used the Hooters girls.
Well, of course.
I did too.
That was clickbait.
Well, pretty much everybody used that, but
But then again, it wasn't, because at the end of my video, there's a Hooter girl. They're going, even though she mispronounced my name.
You're right.
Yeah, she promoted my
I
channel.
really wasn't listening to what she was saying. So
Oh, let me tell you something.
Where sound in that video?
It's like, let me just mute that right now.
Everybody was all about the brunette, but I mean, I was digging the blonde.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. But yeah, that's, there. But then there comes integrity also. You can clickbait people all day long. Motorcycle. Well, I put up a video and I was talking about motorcycle road rage, and I titled it that way.
Yeah.
And for me,
I think you did the all caps one, didn't you?
no,
You didn't?
did I?
I don't know. I think you did.
Well, anyways, for me, I don't do those kind of videos. But what it wasn't a road rage video per se. I went into talking about road rage,
Right.
and I got thumbs down for that. But
I mean, it's kind of clickbaity, but not really, since that's what the video is about.
it
There
did go to the topic.
Right. And there are 2 areas for clickbait, but 4 ways to clickbait. The one area is the thumbnail. You could make it, put a woman on there, blah, 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 and make it clickbaity image-wise, or you could put some text on there to say, like, this cunt, blah, 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 or this dick, or whatever. You could, put some, some words in there.
I would say the difference between me and those guys that do that kind of stuff, my videos aren't 30 minutes long, and it leads to nothing.
Right.
In my videos, it does lead to the topic, or at least a brunette in a halter top promoting my channel.
And then the other area is the title itself of the video. And one way is all caps, is clickbait, and the other way, well, it's kind of clickbait, and the other way is the words in the title themselves, like naked chick, blah blah blah, or worst ever, best ever, stupidest, words like that. And I learned this from video creators. If you use words like worst, best, awesome, epic, stuff like that in your title, and you put it in all caps, it's more likely to be clicked on than everybody else. And I look at, and I noticed that a lot more since I watched that, because I look at PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, the bigger motovloggers, Chase on Two Wheels, Do It With Dan, Walterific, everybody like that. Well, I don't think Walterific does it as much, but they all use all caps. And
I remember when motovlogging came to YouTube, and the word epic was so overused. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
To the point where the guys were saying, this is the most epic road. These trees are epic. This bike is epic. This dude is epic. I've never met an epic guy like this before, and my panties are now epically wet. I'm like, good lord.
Here's the thing with clickbait titles. If you put a couple exclamation points and then a bunch of question marks, that's your cop-out, because you're just asking a question. Is this the most epic tree ever?
Yeah.
Watch and find out. Watch my 15-minute video where I see one tree.
I know.
So yeah. So
okay.
God.
So that's the question. Where do you want to go with your channel?
Yeah.
Wait,
Where do you?
I didn't get to address the other question. I have to go into that one.
Well, that was the first
other
question.
Well, I thought the first question was, what advice can you give for new motovloggers?
Oh, okay.
Right, and then we were going into scenarios to better narrow down the advice given. So, like, if you want to be YouTube famous, as it were, what's your advice?
So, yeah, that's the thing. I always ask people when they ask me for advice. I don't know if people know this about me, but if you ask me for advice, like on Facebook, it's almost a guaranteed response. Like, you will get me to interact with you as a person, which I say that very cautiously because someday that's going to bite me in the ass. But right now, I still. But the thing is, people.
I'm going to ask you a question on Facebook. What if I bite you in the ass?
You gotta try it, find out, see what happens.
Right.
I always ask people what they want to do with their channel. Do you just want to share your riding, your adventures with your friends and family? Do you want to get other people to watch? Are you looking to build some camaraderie, some small motorcycle community, meet new people, find new places to ride? Do you want to become a little bit more famous on YouTube? Do you want to build a brand and a personality? Do you just want to, post videos whenever you feel like it, just so you can share them with your close friends? Are you trying to make money on YouTube? Because there's a different strategy for everything you want to do with the channel. Frankly, if you want to make money on YouTube, having a high subscriber count means crap. What you really need are a lot of very dedicated people that view the video. So it doesn't mean a damn thing if you've got 1 billion subscribers if you get 600 views on a video. That's just the bottom line. If you want to make money off YouTube, you need a very large, very loyal fan base that will not only watch every video, click everything that they can on it, but also will follow your ads, buy things, will follow in and purchase any merchandise you put up. So if you're trying to make money, it's a totally different strategy versus if you want to be really popular and have a high subscriber count. Versus if you just want to post some videos and join into this community and meet some other motorcyclists to talk to. And that's kind of like, I feel, what we've done with this meetup we've got next week. We've got this community.
Amen.
It's the same people that meet up every year. It's not like we're doing it to promote each other's channels. I mean, we will record. We will talk about each other's channels if we do record.
For the record, I haven't always done this. This is my first time, so my cherry's being popped.
Oh, you're gonna love it though.
Well,
hey,
here's
Justin.
the crazy.
Hello, Justin.
Here's
Sorry,
the crazy.
Justin,
I'm not looking.
With a question mark, so Dodge had to answer.
But here's the crazy thing that I've noticed ever since we've snuck out and actually done this Tennessee meetup. Nobody's actually put up video of those.
That's not true. I put up a video every year.
Did. Yeah, I remember. I think was it 2 years ago. I remember the
business expense if you don't post video.
You guys went on the luge.
Exactly.
I remember the luge.
Okay,
and
so
a business meeting, then it's so much easier to call a seminar, and then we could deduct the housing expense and the gasoline to get there, food, etc. I mean,
all right, so here's my I guess advice. So if you want to be YouTube famous, marketing in combination with content. Make sure to market yourself very, very well and have content to back up your marketing. So if you're marketing yourself as a really good, entertaining, captive motovlogger,
That's me.
there you go. You're more like teacher. I watch your videos to learn something because I always learn something when I watch your videos. Even the Pokegrom Go.
Yeah.
I learned something in that video.
Dodge has a very philosophical way of putting things across to where you will learn something. Even if he were to crash, he would explain why and how and what he did wrong or what someone else did wrong that he crashed.
He actually, now I remember what we talked about the first time I ever was in a hangout with you, Dodge. Target fixation and crashes and stuff. That's what we were talking about. And that made me reanalyze my crash last year and made me realize that I did target fixate on the curb after I got panicked by the dirt. So there we go.
Oh,
so like I said, to back it up, marketing and content to back up your marketing. Make sure that you have good content, whether it's something that you're talking about, a topic you're talking about, visual, and then the editing, the video quality itself, like 1080, 60, 70, 20, 60, stuff like that. Because I mean, if you throw up a video of
Dodge next year is doing 4K at 60.
Hey, if they have a camera for it, I'm buying it.
So yeah, once you figure out what you want to do with your channel, then you figure out how you can go about it. As far as becoming YouTube famous, that's the best advice I personally have to give, and I am willing to bet that Dodge and Sarge would back me up on that.
The thing I will
insert crickets here.
No.
Add to that, there's a really important little detail, which is you have to be genuine. It doesn't matter if you're trying to make a bunch of viral videos or make a lot of money on YouTube or build that camaraderie with others. No matter what you do, the audience can always tell if you're being fake. That doesn't mean that you won't get a lot of views. Fake personalities are totally an entertainer thing. But if you want to build a more loyal fan base and get people that are more willing to stick with you through those 3-month time periods that you were having a hard time with work and you just didn't post videos and things like that, if you are genuine, you are honest about who you are, and you make videos, it's easier to produce the videos. They can tell it comes through as a little more honest on their end. They can tell that difference, and it does build a lot better viewer base than if you try to be really fake and put on a fake personality. Which is why if any of you have ever met Do It With Dan, it will blow your mind.
What?
Now,
because he's exactly like that in real life.
What?
Yes.
He's that?
That's him.
Wow.
What?
Yep. He is just that exciting all the time. Like, his life is just...
What, does he have a good crack dealer or something?
I'm not really entertained as much about his videos. It seems like he's changed.
He might have. I don't personally watch any motovlogger that has more than like 200,000 subscribers, except for Chase on Two Wheels and Walterific. But
all right, so
whoa.
The pro said something else. He's buying a bike for the first time ever, and he's buying a Yamaha MT-10 Hypernight. I know nothing about that bike.
Cruiser.
MT-10 is no. The MT-10 is the FZ-10.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, it's a great starter bike.
No.
Starter bike.
Wait a minute, is that 1,000?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would not recommend that personally.
It is a naked R1.
I would not recommend that as a starter bike.
I would.
I'll tell you what, my FZ6 was kind of a little rough at first. The
bikes are
twitchiness.
easy.
Yeah, they're easy, but I mean,
They're easy to screw up on too.
No? Yes?
it depends on your personality and your maturity level. Because I mean, if you're just going into it and you're
Dodge is not. You're not.
I didn't start out on a leader bike.
I want to say this real quick before you guys jump into it, because you're all going to agree with my assessment on this.
No, I'm not.
Of course we are, because you're going to make it believable.
No, it is. Hear me out here. People always talk about starting out on leader bikes. They're like, well, if you're mature, if you're willing to just not twist the throttle as much, you'll be fine. And like, here's the deal: you can learn to be a proficient, competent rider on any motorcycle. It's true.
Sure.
It will take you more time on a bigger bike because you have to work harder to not kill yourself. But that's not what makes them dangerous. What makes them dangerous is after you've been riding for 3 months, you are in the muscle memory of just riding around. You are not actively thinking about, am I twisting the throttle too much for this corner? And you hit a patch of sand. You haven't built the proper reactions to emergency situations. That patch of sand happens, you accidentally twist a shitload of throttle, low side into a car, and get run over. That's what kills you. It's not your immaturity. It's the stuff you just can't predict. Whereas on a Grom, when you hit the patch of sand, you don't spin out. It will slip a little bit, and you will react. And over time of enough oh shit moments, you develop the proper reactions to bad things. And that's why it's better to start on a lower powered bike.
That's pretty much what
Thank you.
I mean, you said it way better than I could have said it, but even if you do develop that muscle memory for not immediately whiskey throttling the stupid thing, it's that when you just get into comfort zone and get complacent, that you put yourself at risk that you don't know how to handle. And that when that need arises to either stop an emergency or have to corner harder than you used to, and you've got this bike that's built to go 100-something miles an hour on a racetrack, it's just a street legal version of it, and you've been riding for 3 months on it, things can go bad really quick. I mean, like, you can be a very excellent rider on any bike. You can also get yourself killed on any bike. It's just a lot easier to learn on something that doesn't, at every moment, want to go out from underneath you and leave you on your ass.
And it may look good, it may sound good, but you can make a 600 sound fantastic. You can make a 250 sound fantastic. And the lower size, lower power bikes will, as Dodge said, allow you more reaction time and more time to experience all of those incidents or events where you hit a patch of sand, you hit a patch of gravel, a car slams their brakes in front of you.
They're a lot more forgiving.
Yes, a lot more forgiving. Perfect. So
that being said,
use the MT10 as a goal, not a learner.
Like, a lot of people start on 250s and 300. I started on,
Get a bike with problems.
a 7. Yeah, we were talking about that.
You want to learn.
I started on a 700, but the thing that's nice about having a bike with at least a moderate displacement is that if you do need to, it's not going to get there as quick as a 1000cc Super Sport, but if you do want or need to twist the throttle and shit and get, you still can.
Now, 600 will do that just fine.
Is it a likely situation? No, but it's nice to have it and not need it.
I will give a perfect example of that. You're on a 4-lane divided median roadway, 2 lanes going the direction you're going, 2 lanes going the other way. You're in the right-hand lane. Car is next to you in the left-hand lane. They decide they want to turn right, and they start coming over at you. Do you A, accelerate hard to clear the gap so that they don't hit you, or B, brake really hard but hope the car that's tailgating you doesn't run you over in the process?
Right.
My reaction to yellow line brake.
You are fucked on a Grom because you cannot accelerate from that situation.
You're kind of stuck.
On the Clatana, it's usually, depending on how fast they're coming over, I'll either go the opposite direction they're going and go around, or yellow line and brake, just to get out of the way of the person behind me, or to, like, Fast and Furious that shit and go.
I mean, Louisville just must have some really shitty drivers, because I've had that happen once.
Okay.
Riding.
So those videos, I'll recap. Those videos are 1 day each.
What?
Those videos are on my way to work, from work, and anywhere in between. For 1 day.
Yeah, I usually cut all those people out. I'm just like, whatever.
And
Dude, that's YouTube
to be
gold
honest,
in some cases.
To be honest, it's not Louisville drivers. For the most part, it's
Indiana.
because Yeah, because Louisville's kind of a crossroads for several states. You got people coming from Illinois, from Indiana, from Ohio, from Kentucky.
It's like a port town. We got everybody here.
Yeah, everybody comes in there and they don't know the roads. And so, like in one of your videos, that lady's straight coming at you, and you leave a skid mark.
Yeah, that
in your underwear and mark on the road.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a melting pot of stupid people.
Yeah, you'll run into that, and it's not just Louisville. You'll run into it everywhere. It's just which motovlogger wants to put all those in their videos. I do, because it's content. So I want to take a minute to welcome everybody else here. Ashley Penrose, what's up? Welcome. Brain, what up? Thanks for the pasties. And and Lumajashi's still here. Ismoid forgot to respond to yours. I have shit on the floor before.
Ooh, can we address his next question as well? That's the best question ever.
Oh, what is it?
Mods?
Yes. Can I go first?
Okay, go.
All right. Every motorcycle needs a ram mount X grip for your cell phone. I'm not saying you should use your phone while riding, but the fact that you can use it as a GPS, if you're getting a phone call, you can pull it. Like, there's so many reasons the ram mount X grip is the most amazing thing in the world.
You could probably ask Rookzer, how many X mount balls are on my bikes?
How many balls are on your bike? More than you got on your Pokemon Go.
I know.
He's got both bikes or one?
Both. They each have two.
They each have two? I've got three on mine. There's
3 on a Connie, 2 on the DM.
So you gave me the idea to get the one for the brake reservoir. I found one that's got 2 balls on it. And I bought it.
Twin ball.
What's up, Jessica? So, yeah, Bad Drivers Everywhere, Throttle Lock. Sarge put up the first video of the close call on the Ohio meetup. I actually cut out the close call on the Kentucky meetup. We did have kind of a close call. What? We needed a blocker on the left. The Beamer wanted to go straight through the line.
Oh, I remember the Beamer. Yeah.
Go ahead.
But they did slow down. Brain, you did a great job as road captain.
I saw that guy at the last minute because he was charging.
Yeah, and I was telling you we needed somebody up front, but I mean we did fine. That was the closest thing aside from my red light green light bullshit. Do you not see us here? I hate that. So your Dodge's recommendation for mod is the X grip, which I can agree with. I can back that up.
Specifically the ram mount, though, because it has the 1-inch ball with interchangeable mounts.
Yeah. I mean, ram mounts are fucking amazing. Ram mounts are amazing. They're durable. They hold up. They're very customizable. You can move them everywhere. I've got one really neat one. It's got a joint in the middle. Instead of just a ball here, it's got a joint pivot in the middle. It's really nice. I haven't used it yet, and you can mount them everywhere.
My mom's got one of those on her Sportster for her cup holder.
And cup holders, phones, and even tablets or phablets. They've got different sizes.
Wow.
Hey, I got a picture taken of me with a tablet on the Kentucky meetup.
Yeah.
And then, what else? Let's see, GoPro, X-Grip, and GPS, and there's another one that they've got too. I was looking for a gimbal one, but they don't have one yet.
I would have to say exhaust. Especially if it's got factory exhaust on it, because my shit sounded like a moped before I got my exhaust. It was like zoom, 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 zoom. Everybody's laughing. I was like, yeah, fuck you guys.
You fucker, you took mine. Because I was going to say exhaust. I back it up with loud pipes save lives. A lot of people are like, loud pipes, it's illegal in some places.
I don't care about the
I don't give 2 shits
lives.
about the legality. I want people to hear me coming, because that's how it saves your life. They hear you coming. They hear where you're at. In most cases.
You guys have all heard
Not
my
necessarily,
exhaust.
because I can get a Kaufman exhaust for $200.
But a ram mount X grip is $50, and it has a lot of practical value, and it's reusable beyond belief. You can move it to other bikes. It will outlast your bike, absolutely. Those things are
right. They will. I will agree with you on that.
A tank bag or a tail bag for your motorcycle actually lets you stop at the store and carry something with you. Once you own a motorcycle, you don't realize how little you can carry. Most motorcycles have an underseat storage area almost big enough to hold half of a sandwich. So
Yes.
it's,
I mean, I've got a tank bag on mine.
stopping to get food and carry it in your jacket on the way home. If you have a tank bag for like $30,
What the fuck is that? I think Whelan's house is haunted.
I didn't realize we'd moved on. We were talking about exhaust for a minute. All of you except Dodge have heard my bike or not heard it in person. Stock Honda exhausts are like a vacuum cleaner. So
Yeah. Now,
That
as
shit
far
was
as
pretty
tank
bad.
bags, I've got a Sedici that I won a gift card over at a bike night at Cycle Gear. I got a Sedici one. I fucking love it. The only part I don't like on it is the cell phone place, because it actually has a little part on the front that's transparent. You can operate your cell phone in it. It will take the sun and magnify it and burn your cell phone up. So I have to stop using that. So now I just use it for the whole little, instead of taping a piece of paper to my fucking tank so I can do an adventure video, I just shove the piece of paper in there. So,
Sarge will agree with me on this one. The third mod you have to get is a Sena headset for your helmet.
Yes.
yeah, and Throttle Lock just
I
put that up
agree.
there. I love my Sena headset.
Yes.
I've got the SMH10 and the SMH10 FM. I will be upgrading to the 20S, when I win the lottery. And I mean, it's great. You can listen to your.
Don't bother switching to the 20S unless you do what I do with the GoPro and the little GP10 backpack, because that's the only reason to go to the 20S, because the audio quality improvement is huge. But while like chilling out with friends, talking to the mountains, listening to your music off your cell phone, the SMH10 is by far the best value they offer. I still recommend it to people today.
Sarge M6, back me up on this. How much trouble do we have whenever we try to link up?
Oh my god. It takes us like 20 minutes because we all got different Senas, so it's like it takes us like 20 minutes to get us all paired.
We've done it.
We figured it out. We finally figured out how to do
We
it.
did it the first time, but we
It's
couldn't
simple.
figure out how we did it.
Pick a riding order, person 1, 2, 3, 4. Then person 4 and 3, so the back of the group start from the back to the front in pairing mode. The back
There we go. Listen.
The guy at the back hits the button on theirs to pair to the person in front of them. Then they turn their headsets off, turn them back on. Person 3 and 2 go into pairing mode. Person 3 hits the button. You work your way forward through the group like this. The key being make sure you just turned your unit on. They will immediately pair. They pair easily. You only have to press the button one time. And then when everybody wants to join in and out of the group, you just tap the button once and bling, you're in the group. Daisy chaining them like that is amazing. That's the best way to do it.
So we shouldn't have to pair on our way down to Tennessee.
No, yeah, we should. I mean, even if we have to pair, it's easy for two people.
We're
to pair.
already
It's when-
paired. Does it keep the
Right.
pairing?
I think it does, but yeah, oh yeah, we'll be fine because we were paired last. So yeah, we should just have to hit it.
Keep 4 pairs. The SMH20 keep 8.
Yep.
The most recent 4 or 8, depending on which model you have.
Yeah. I've got the one I use now is the SMH10 FM. So, so for everyone in the live stream, what is the
microfiber
best
racks
starter
and
bike?
detailing spray.
And
It's not a bike mod, but it's a better way to wash your bike.
I do that shit to my helmet like every time I grab it.
I remember
Get that 1,300 bugs you killed.
I remember our first trip down there is that little Tennessee meetup me and Dodge did. He's like, "Where is the nearest car wash?" Next thing I know, we're at a car wash and Dodge is just spraying down my Z1000. He goes, "God, look at the bugs."
You've been given advice from 6 Foot to get the loudest motorbike for driver to hear you coming. Don't make that the only reason you get a bike,
Dude.
because you can make any bike loud. You can make a Grom loud.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. You haven't heard my Grom recently. I took the baffle out. Holy crap.
Oh my God,
It's,
this guy.
yeah.
Train horns actually, it's pretty. That's a necessity on a
Look at my
bike.
brain with the train horn.
That's
God.
fucking, oh my god, that scared the hell out of me
90,
sometimes.
90 valves. 90. Right.
This.
It is very anecdotal, but some drivers will hear a loud exhaust because it is additional sensory perception for them to hear. So if your exhaust is loud, they might hear it. Or they might have their head shoved up their butt texting their friend on their phone, and they're not going to hear you anyway. It doesn't matter.
Nowadays,
no matter what you do, yeah. There's so many cell phone users, man.
So Justin asked a question a while back. It's been up there for a little while, and I want to make sure to get to him as well. So for everyone in the live stream, what is the best starter bike for a 600? And I know this question is asked so much, it should be illegal to ask, but it's nice to hear everyone's opinion. And I agree with that. It's nice to get everybody's opinion. Personally, I don't have a preference on brand or model. I just I ride what I can. Whatever is comfortable for you to whatever is comfortable for you, whatever you can fit on, because I know the CBR 600s are really, really cramped and kind of hard for anybody over like 6'1", 6'2" to fit on. Maybe even 6 foot. The R6s, I've heard, I haven't sat on them, but I've heard are a little more comfortable for the taller people. So it's whatever you can really fit on is my best advice. As far as performance and all, I used to be one brand over another and blah, 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 and bash this and bash that. But in the end, everything needs to be maintained. Everything needs to be worked on. Everything breaks eventually. It just depends on how well you maintain it. And listen to Dodge over there, because his KTM never breaks down and never will.
It never has. Never broke down.
But how well do you maintain it?
No.
Like a madman.
Was this about, I kind of zoned out. This was about a first bike?
Yeah.
No, this is about what would you
class.
prefer for a 600 class?
Oh, okay.
Now, along with this question comes sport bike or cruiser, different style bikes. Now, I'm just speaking in the sport bike genre, I guess.
What would I prefer in a 600 class? Gixxer 750, and that's it. Next person.
But that's not a 600.
Is it Gixxer, bro?
I don't give a fuck. I want a Gixxer 750.
I mean, my recommendation to anybody looking for a first motorcycle, because I've already went through this, like just recently too, is to sit on bikes. Because me personally, I'm 31 and I've broke both of my wrists and I got a bad back. And when I started sitting on R6s and stuff like that, I was like, I know I'm going to ride a lot more than normal, so do I really want a bike that, you know, I ride for an hour and I'm like, oh my God, I just want to go home and just lay on the couch, or do I want to get a bike a little bit more comfortable that way
That's
I
how
can
I'm
ride it
next Friday.
ride it longer. That's why I got my FC6, because you ride it like a bicycle, like you sit like a bicycle, not all cramped up, and you know it's like it's a good median in between the sport bike and the cruiser seating.
I'm glad you mentioned that. The whole reason I moved to the Connie was because of Dodge.
Grandpa.
No. I videoed a friend of mine's Wounded Warriors. He had a bike thing. We went 200 and something miles that day, and I was on my GSX-R 1000. And believe me, I'm in the same boat, man. By the time I got home, I put a for sale sign on that damn bike. And then I started looking at videos of other bikes, and there's Dodge Rider. And he's like, I've got this Connie. This thing is great. Just to summarize. And then I started checking them out. And I had a friend of a friend that knew this guy that had one. And he lives maybe 15 miles away from me. And finally got hold of the guy, and he let me come over and check it out. And he said, sure, take it up and down the road. Tell me what you think. I came back, and I was like, dude, I am sold. Not only does it have the power, but it has the, I don't know, you could throw all kinds of things on there. It comes with the bags. You can put all kinds of stuff in it and comfortably cruise at 90 miles an hour, or half that, 45. And
Yeah.
I was sold.
I mean, I rode the Connie and I rode the DL as well. They're not really. They're great bikes. The power is there. Warp speed is a reality with the Connie.
Yeah, it is.
But the riding position is not really one that I'm comfortable with.
Gotcha.
Now, I don't mean that in a sense of I'm not used to it, I'm scared of it. I mean it in a sense of I'm not comfortable on it. Like I'm not like sitting in a sofa versus a fucking one of those plastic school chairs.
Don't feel like you're wrong about that. I'm the only person I know that says the Goldwing is not comfortable. Like,
What?
yeah, sometimes a bike just doesn't fit you right, and that's why
true.
that advice to
That's
sit
true.
on them.
I don't want to sit on a recliner when I'm riding a motorcycle.
When I'm old and gray, I will have another Goldwing because I feel like I could, if I had an infinite gas tank, just go across the country and never stop on that thing. And that was in 1984. So
I guess it's maybe the bad thing about the two bikes that I've got now is that at some point I could probably just fall asleep.
My wife fell asleep on the back of my Connie.
Oh my
I
God.
could see that.
My ex-wife tried to jump off the back of my Intruder. She was also drunk.
Well,
don't
I mean, I
blame
would have too if you were riding it.
good luck to that one.
So before we get too far away, the 600 class bike. So since the question wasn't qualified, I don't know if you're talking about like 600 naked bike, 600 sport bike, cruiser. So I'm going to give a couple answers here. If you're talking about a cruiser, I'm going to say the Kawasaki Vulcan S. I've ridden that, and still to this day, it's a 650, but it's the parallel twin motor that they also put in the Ninja 650. And it is like by far the absolute best cruiser because honestly, it'll hang with any cruiser that's at least a 1200 or above V-twin, or maybe like 1200, I'm sorry, or less V-twin. But it is sporty. It gets incredible gas mileage. It is super comfortable to ride. It's very affordable to buy. It's got a lot of customizability, some great sounding exhaust. Like it's a great for a cruiser 600 type class bike.
Which one is this?
The Kawasaki Vulcan S.
Oh.
And I like it more than the Yamaha Bolt, just in case anybody wonders. The naked bike, I would say, would probably be the new SV650, or if you're not into Suzuki's, maybe the Kawasaki Ninja 650, because for a naked, not the Ninja 650, the ER6N, because for a naked bike, that 650 class is pretty similar to the 600s, or maybe the Suzuki GSX S750, but that's a little bigger than a 600 class. I really like those ones. And then for a sport bike, as much as so this is weird. I used to really like Suzuki. I kind of hate them today because they've really become stagnant with their models. But frankly, this Gixxer 600 is still the best to own out of all the current 600 class bikes because it offers similar performance, but it is so much more comfortable for me. Like I would ride the Gixxer twice as much as I would go out and ride an R6. If you've sat on an R6, you go, wow, this is definitely a sport bike for the track. You sit on the Gixxer 600, you go, you know, I could almost ride this to work. And that comfort difference means a lot. So
I was actually the opposite when I sat on them. I felt like the R6 was more comfortable.
Yeah.
Now
Everyone is different.
here's a question for you, for everybody. As far as brand, personally, or manufacturer, I should say, not brand, but as far as manufacturer, who do you all prefer?
KTM.
Leaving out, let me finish, leaving out the reason that you own one. Now, I want you to base it on history, experience, and durability.
So wait, reliability counts?
Yes.
I know you said leaving out the reason you have one, but I bought my second Honda because my first bike was a Honda, and my third Honda because my first two were Hondas, and so on. And it's just because it's what I've always had. I have nothing against the big four. I already told you I hate Harley Davidson.
Oh, you hate real bikes.
You just pissed off Brain.
With a passion, but I mean, really, the only reason I have the Honda that I have now is because I was familiar with the manufacturer and I liked what I had before, and it popped up on Craigslist at the right time.
I mean, it's strange for me because I've always looked at other manufacturers, but then again, I just did the count, and I just realized I have owned 5 Kawasaki's. I don't know why.
They're better.
To me, they were good. They were
Cowie makes
good.
sexy bikes, dude.
It depends what vintage you're talking about. If you're talking about used bikes that are 5 to 10 years old, my answer is different. But if you're talking about like right now, today, what manufacturer, if I could only pick one manufacturer, I discussed that Yamaha is killing it with their new FZ series, or globally the MT series of bikes.
Yeah,
They
absolutely.
Yeah.
are
Yeah,
so
they're-
incredible.
they're
I've
cutting
ridden
edge.
everything in Yamaha's demo lineup, and they are just the best motorcycles you can buy today.
I want that new FC10 or whatever. Oh my god, that thing is
Pretty
badass.
much all of my someday bikes are Yamaha. I will say that though.
So here's my history with bikes. I've had older Yamaha. I've had the FZR 600. I've had 2 Suzuki Intruders, and I've had a Honda Shadow and the Clatana. I liked the Honda. It was great, but there again, the Honda was the cruiser. It was a Shadow. The Intruders were cruisers as well. But so far, this Katana is, I think it's my favorite out of all of them. It's got a very comfortable seat, very comfortable riding position. It's got the power I want when I want it. It could use a little bit more. And I mean, it's a good bike, but as far as manufacturers, I'm not a Harley person because, like I said before, the mentality that has come across with the typical Harley rider, not all of them, but the typical Harley rider, where they're like, seriously, a real bike. That kind of shunned me away from the Harley brand and name and everything. It's like I feel like I'm only paying for a name because they put their logo and name on something, they instantly mark it up to like 4 times the amount. So that's just my personal thing. But as far as like manufacturer, I really don't have too much of a preference, but I do like Suzuki because they have a really good resale value and fairly good durability and reliability. I mean, Honda's got the same thing, but with the CBR, you don't have a lot of the bells and whistles that the others are coming up with. It's basically a stripped down bike. No modes, no. I mean, you have to pay for them to be installed, or buy the extra model up. So it just, yeah.
I ride a Yamaha, but I've always been a Cowie fan.
Now I do think that my next bike, if I'm able to do it, will be a ZX10. Will be a Cowie.
It's just so happened, I got my bike for such a low deal that I had to do it, kind of thing. Because I really wanted a 636 or something like that. Like, I love Cowies. Like a Ninja, like that was always like an 06 R6 has always been my dream bike, but just having a Ninja, just I don't know. There's just something about that. Like there's something about the Cowie. I don't know. Something about it.
I don't like Dodge. I think had mentioned the Vulcans. I'm not a big cruiser person, but even Kawasaki's cruisers just are visually appealing to me.
My buddy that I ride with all the time, he's got a Vulcan Classic. It's like a 94 or 96 or some shit. It's in my videos. It's a red and white one, and I think it's like 800 cc or something, but it's pretty nice. Yeah, it's a pretty nice bike, man. Like it's pretty reliable. Like I'm surprised. Like out of all the cruisers that my buddy, because like every one of my friends own a cruiser. Like I'm the only one other than like Rook and stuff. You know what I mean? Like all my actual friends, like all them, they all have cruisers. So it's like most of them break down on our rides. Almost everybody's break down. Like all the Harleys, all that. But his actually, I've rode with him plenty of times, and nothing's really ever happened to it. That little bike's old, but it's strong, man. It keeps going.
So I'm probably going to get hate for saying this, but two things on that. One, cruisers are not actually as unreliable as we like to make them out to be. It's old, poorly maintained cruisers, and that's true across all kinds of bikes. If it's poorly maintained, it's going to run like crap, and it's going to fail all the time. Like in the Smoky Mountain Crawl meetup we had like 400 scooters in the mountain. I'm not even shitting you. In the first 30 miles, at least 30 people broke down. Like that, it's just astounding to me. Like, you have scooters and you broke down. Like, what happened to your bike? Like, you couldn't make it 12 miles without breaking down, or 20 miles? Like,
so Rookzer, would my mini bike make it?
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
But the second thing on cruisers, and I have to say this, as much as I love hating on certain groups of cruiser owners, it's not actually because they're on cruisers, it's because I consider them poser riders. There's a lot of, this is true in Kansas. There are a lot of owners that would ride them between bars and their house, and they would only do like 300 miles a year, and they talk about how they're a real biker because they got a real bike, and I got one of them, kid toy bikes and shit like that. And those people pissed me off more than anything. But if you sit down for like 20 minutes and actually sit down and ride a cruiser, give it a real chance, try to empathize with their community, and just sit down and go, okay, I know it handles like crap, but is it kind of comfortable? Does it make a cool noise when I twist this little throttle over here? It's kind of fun to throw it through the curves. And if you ride one and are open-minded about it, I actually think there's a lot of appeal to the cruiser community, especially given that there's a huge majority of them versus non-cruisers in the country. So if you want to join a larger community of riders, cruisers actually are a great way to get into it.
Yeah, and I mean, I got to agree with you as far as cruisers, because obviously I've owned 3 of them, and yeah, I'll whip them around like nothing. I'd drag pipe, peg, whatever hits the ground first, and I don't have any complaints about them. Definitely a comfortable ride. Typically, whenever I went on a ride with them, it was always the city limits farther. I mean, once I hit the city limit, I'd just go and take a turn here, take a turn there. I'd get lost and go.
The story's building.
And I mean, one day I did 600 miles in a day, and when I got home, I was just like, I mean, my ass hurts a little bit, but I mean, other than that, it was a very, very comfortable, enjoyable ride. It was a great day and everything like that. It was fine. So
the story's building.
Can I tell that story?
But I don't know what story you got, but I'm gonna.
Okay.
It's not a story per se, but when we're going down to a certain special place next weekend, and you will see this definitely when we. On our route down there, we're taking a special road, and you will definitely see it. You'll see the fact that the bar hoppers cannot make that road very well.
Mm-mm.
It's not the bike; it's the guys that ride them, the guys that maintain them.
Yep.
And like you said, and you'll see sport bike riders doing the same thing.
I passed him on the Grom, by the way.
I saw that video. That was great. And then you were blown by some sport bike riders at one point.
I put in the video what I was willing to show on YouTube. The rock much more.
Then again, I see those riders and I realize that they are locals, and they blast that road Friday afternoon, Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon. Those guys live there.
Yeah.
2 kind of locals, bro. One of them rides that road. The other one is fast.
Yes, and
the fast guys don't ride that road. The guys that are riding out on the other roads that are like you've never heard of before, some of the roads we're going to ride this year, the fast guys out there will blow your mind.
Now, wait a minute. Here's the question I got. Now, you put up a route on the Facebook page.
I put up 6.
Is it the last one you put up?
I have not picked a route yet, but I think 2 and 6 or 2 and 5 are going to be the routes that we're probably going to ride. It might be 3 and 5, but I will finalize that literally in the next 24 hours for you. And I will put GPX files as well.
There you go. You had the Wheels of Time in one of them.
That one's my notepad.
Yeah.
Trina told me that I was supposed to use this thing called Notepad to keep track of things for myself. So I posted it out there and I put Notepad with my link. And you guys aren't supposed to see that, right?
I saw it.
Yeah, I saw it
Oh,
too.
darn, it doesn't work.
Oh, but no. That looks like I've never been that way.
Yeah, 209 is an amazing road. If you've never ridden it, like, it's so cool. And if you can take it, 32 goes west towards Townsend, but I didn't want to detour through Gatlinburg on a Friday afternoon.
No,
Oh,
no
God,
Gatlinburg.
no.
No
That's a
Gatlinburg.
2-hour detour. I'm like, no.
No Gatlinburg.
Hey guys, I'm gonna be jumping ship here. So thank you for having me on the first MotoBuddies stream.
MotoBuddies live.
Yes,
Butt Buddies Live.
yes, Butt Buddies live, and I will catch you next.
All right, so for everybody in chat, if you don't know Whelan, go ahead and click on his name there and chat with the purple heart. Throw him a sub if you haven't already. He's a great motovlogger, throws up videos all the time. And yeah,
Does he?
got a little sign off for us, Whelan.
Yeah, click on my shit.
And his videos too.
Yeah. Point. You will not be disappointed in your disappointment. Till next time, guys.
I love you, man.
Later, Whelan.
Later, bro.
The story that I briefly wanted to mention was about comfort on motorcycles. Every person has to find the bike that's comfortable for them, and sometimes that means you're going to have to change the seat. You're going to have to change the handlebars. You might need lowering or raising pegs, but if you get the ergonomics set right, it is incredible what a motorcycle can do. The Intercontinental Ballistic motorcycle that Markins rides, I rode one of those 748 miles from Kansas City to his house based on the route that I took. I got there. We hung out for 20 or 30 minutes. He fed me some nasty porch peppers that like tried to incinerate my mouth. It was a great experience. But after 750 miles that day, he was like, hey, do you want to go ride to dinner? And I'm like, yeah. 750 miles, and I was still ready to get back on to go cruising around for a while. Like,
Yes.
That makes a difference. I mean,
Yeah, that really does.
my long rides have never been planned, except for like Cincinnati. But that was like hour and a half, 2 hours. It's 100 miles. Whoop-de-doo. I can do that in a day here, local.
I'll put it to you like this, Dutch. The year I got my Connie, I had maybe 600 miles on the bike, did the first oil change on it, went out to the Ozarks, rode that whole weekend, and came back, covered 1,600 miles, and when I got in the driveway, it was like, wow, I'm just here.
yeah.
But it's the bike's got to fit you, not the bike. How can you put it?
The bike has to fit you. You don't have to fit the bike.
Yeah, it's like buying a pair of shoes. When the salesman says, "Oh, you just have to break them in," no, you don't. No,
You'll
you don't.
know. You'll
Exactly.
know once you sit, cause like mine, like I knew when I first sat on mine, I was like, "Yep, this is my bike." Cause like
That's
that
it.
one day, I went all the way to Cincinnati. We rode around that entire meet, and then I came back. So,
You left us.
well, I had to.
Yeah.
It was a hospital
Well,
thing.
yeah, we understand.
All that stuff.
Well,
But-
crack house.
Yeah, them crack horse. But that's a different story. But like I did all that riding, and then when I got home, I was like, do I want to go ride, and make a video? You know what I mean? Like it was nothing to me because my bike is comfortable to be on for that long a period of time.
There you go.
Mine, on the other hand, I told you all, Ninja Shift just
Marva.
came in. So, but like I was saying, I never really plan out my long rides, and this Tennessee one kind of has me a little leery. Now I am going to go tomorrow to try to get my bike serviced, the chain service, and all that stuff done, because I don't really have a lot of time this weekend to do it, or next week. I had to take all that time off recently for the electric and all the tree bullshit that happened.
Look.
But I'm going to take it over to Commonwealth Cycles. He's going to take care of it for me. I actually talked to his stepmom over the weekend. It was really neat. She was at the Zombie Walk.
But, oh, dude, I got an idea.
Uh-oh.
What? Can you
You
get to
have
my
an idea?
house on Thursday?
Yeah.
I mean, but it doesn't matter when. But if you wanted to do a service on your bike, we can do it here.
Are you guys coming down Friday or Thursday?
Friday.
Friday. What time do you think you might be there in the afternoon?
It's about a 5-hour drive, depending on what time we leave. Which, I mean, I actually thought about asking if just sleep on the couch overnight and we'll just leave early in the morning or whatever.
Oh, now you're catching on. So, if you were to come here Thursday, I can get your oil changed. No biggie. If you bring the stuff we need, if that makes sense.
Oil on the filter.
Oil filter. I've got all the chain crap.
I say, dude, just come over, dude. I'll do that shit tomorrow.
There you go.
I fucking did mine like what, yesterday? I changed my
I mean,
oil.
I did mine, but it was a while back, like a month ago. But I've already gotten 3,500 miles on this oil, so.
Mine was 3,900. That's why I went ahead and changed mine because I got the filter during the meetup because I couldn't find it anywhere else. So I bought the K&N from.
I'm telling you,
there.
Cycle Gear is fucking amazing.
Yeah, I just got my oil from AutoZone or whatever, and it just.
Yeah, I mean that's where I get my stuff
fucking
too.
changed my shit. You know what I mean?
30 minutes ago.
Okay, so that's what I'm getting at. Is we could do the full service on your bike, like at M6's place, or if you come here Thursday afternoon, we could knock it out. My goal.
I mean, I need to tighten my chain. I need to clean it and lube it and all that stuff. So
easy, cheesy peasy.
The reason I'm asking what time you guys get there was we can't check into the cabin too early, but there's no reason we can't meet up the street from the cabin a couple hours before we're allowed to check in.
Right.
And
I mean,
the reason I'm saying that is I have a motorcycle. Now,
really?
yeah, I know, right? Now, Rookzer, you and I haven't met in person, but
when we do, I'm biting your ass.
Markins can confirm that I am a fairly generous person, generally, and I bring that up because I'm interested in riding certain bikes, and I would be willing to exchange a test ride for certain things. For example, I'd like to ride a rocket ship this weekend. That would be, or next weekend, rather, and that would be kind of neat. And it's been a long time since I've ridden a Katana, so I might be willing to entertain that idea if you are, so. I
mean, I already asked you to wheelie it.
It's one of those things I kind of learned from the Ozarks.
I swear to God, I am going to be pissed.
Oh, the cat's going to sit in the floor. Shit
eating extra food right now.
Shit in the floor. Shit in the floor.
But yeah, so I mean, just to give you guys an idea, like we're not supposed to be able to check in until like 4 p.m., but if you can be there like 2 p.m., like I've got a 3-hour planned route to get from Maggie Valley to there, and that's probably going to take me 2 hours, even though it's a 3-hour route. And I'm Maggie Valley, even 2 hours away, it puts me there at like 2 p.m., and that's 2 hours before I can check in. So
yeah, I mean, I'm up for it. Wheelie your Harley, I'll try it. Bring that ass here, boy.
That's one of the things I learned.
You know what bike I have? I'm talking about my KTM.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I was like, I wanted to ride the Grom too, but no, I was talking about.
I can't bring the Grom because I'm riding out on the KTM, but it is a KTM 1290 Super Duke, and that would be a cool video opportunity for you.
Oh,
so make sure you guys leave some battery and memory card.
Don't give him opportunities. He doesn't cash in.
I've got those videos in queue. I just need to.
No, just what I'm saying is, plan to be there early enough that we have some time Friday afternoon before things get chaotic at the cabin, and make sure you have battery and memory card available when you get there, so that if you get a chance Friday afternoon to ride a Super Duke, that you can record that for your YouTube.
Well, I'm not recording on the way down there, which will be a first.
We'll record our stops.
Yeah, we can record our stops and stuff, but no. I'm not going to run my well. I'm bringing my vlog camera as well.
You can't record your stops. You have to be ninjas. You have to just appear in the mountains like that, like nothing happened.
Bam.
Bam, like that. Oh, so I'm not running my camera on the way down, but I'm bringing my laptop so I can transfer footage. I'm bringing all my SD cards, all my batteries, all my chargers, and I might even bring my 360 cam if you ask me nicely.
No.
You suck.
But I might really, really politely ask you to borrow your laptop to transfer footage for myself.
That's fine. I mean, I'm bringing this too, which is 750 gig hard drive. So.
What kind of porn you got on it?
Huh? There is a bit of porn. Well, oh wait, no, there's no porn. I took it off.
Who downloads porn anymore? I mean, for real.
Hey, I do for when my fucking internet gets shut off. I still gotta jerk my shit.
Or what if the video gets deleted and you can never find it again? Because you know there's that one video you really need to be able to watch over and over again.
Yes. So,
Mic drop, walks
you've
away.
been practicing with your wife. Brain, if you want to learn how to Harley a wheelie, watch Lee Stewart. That motherfucker Harleys his wheelie all the time. And your wife would kick your ass and she watches your vlogs, so she... Nice, Josh. Kevin in the Woods, I hear banjos. Oh, he said it. Hold that thought.
Oh, God.
It's been a while. That's what she said.
Nobody could tell. Nobody could tell.
Right. 'Cause I suck anyway. Where's the bad at? Wait, what? Where's your invite? Actually, we're probably gonna be cutting here soon. Is this getting a bit late?
Yeah, I'm waiting on my pizza to get here.
It is.
All right. I want pizza.
What?
Harley a wheelie, Harley a wheelie.
Because I basically
Did I
just
say that?
walked to the door and was talking to GoPro support right before I jumped in, so I haven't had time to do anything yet.
Damn.
I think
But no one knows what that's up. Where's the bad at? No, I don't know where it's at, or where that's from.
Hey, you wanted a reminder to talk about Wounded Warriors.
Yes.
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
Nice. Where's the dog? Oh.
That shit would kill me.
But that face, though.
He's like,
Sarge said something about Wounded Warriors earlier, and anytime I hear Wounded Warriors, I feel that I have to express my opinions on them. Last year, I was running on really, really hard times. As some of you may or may not know, I'm technically a disabled combat vet. I reached out to Wounded Warriors twice, and in those two instances, tried to get in contact with somebody to help me out because I ran on really, really hard times. I was 1 week away from being homeless, and I tried GoFundMes, I tried, selling stuff, I tried everything to keep my house.
Before I forget, I need to interrupt you.
All right.
Send me a message later on Facebook, and I will tell you a website that you should look at, and I will explain it later.
Okay. So I reached out to him and got no response whatsoever. And I even there were other people, like friends of mine and family and everything, trying to reach out to him because they were the most popular or prevalent organization that was helping veterans at the time. And I know somebody who has been helped out a lot, but not helped out to keep something or to stop from losing something or for medical bills or anything like that. He was helped out to go to fucking NASCAR races and shit. And I'm like, I'm trying to keep my house. I don't care about fucking non-athletic sports centered around rednecks, aka acronym for NASCAR. And I mean, they really kind of rubbed me the wrong way by not even helping out veterans that needed the help, whether it was me or not. And then I later found out that a lot of money was being embezzled by the CEO and the higher ups and the Wounded Warrior.
That's what Dodge was going to send you the link to.
It had now. I've heard that has been resolved, but my faith has still been skewed.
I don't know if you guys have a flea market or some shit like that. I was going to send you a link to a website where you can buy insanely cheap things that you could easily spend some time in your part-time, like on a Saturday, to sell shit at flea markets that you'll be able to make $50 or $100 on a Saturday. But you know what? If you're at that level of financial distress, $100 makes a big fucking difference.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I mean, when I had the GoFundMe going up, I had 2 people donate $100 each, which, I mean, it wasn't anywhere near the goal that I needed because the goal was like $25,000. But I had 2 people donate $100, and they weren't even family. Well, they were kind of family. They were people I served with. They weren't blood family. They were real family.
I'm not family.
No, different time.
Ride motorcycle.
This was last year.
I know.
There's the motorcycle family, there's the Army family, which, yeah, you're part of both, Sarge. And then there's the blood family.
And I've always said this, and I don't know why I get burned over it, is because, and to be honest, how do I put it? I'm stuttering because I'm thinking.
Today, Junior.
I know, but it's, you know, the motovlog community and stuff like that. You put forth good faith. You try to do good to others and stuff like that, and you're never really recognized for it. And after so many years of doing it, you get burnout. You know, and recently, I could say maybe a good friend of mine that kind of burned me over it. But we came to amends. That's cool. But it took me to step forward and, you know, throw the olive branch out there until they admitted, you know, hey, man, I was an asshole, whatever. But why are people that way? Why?
In the circumstance that you're speaking of, because I know exactly who you're talking about, there may be a medicated issue.
But I mean, at least it's one of those things. You know, like if you got an issue with something or an issue with me or whatever, just tell me. But some people don't say anything, and all of a sudden you're just shunned aside. And you're like,
I'll be the first one to tell you to kiss my ass and pull my pants down.
Well, I'll pull your pants down. But I'm not kissing your ass.
Now it's a party. About pulling pants down, now it's a party.
The short answer, Markins, is that medication will expose or conceal parts of your personality. And if you have parts of your personality exposed or concealed, those ones are either enhanced or reduced such that other ones become prevalent. It doesn't make a person different than who they are. It just allows them to expand parts of their personality that you would not normally have seen without the medication. And even as such, those are still parts of that person's personality. You cannot take drugs that will make you a different person than you were capable of being without them. It's just that they may remove some of your inhibitions, but those thoughts were still generated from the same brain. That is the same person. They may do things that you would not like, and you just have to remember that that is a part, a fragment of that person's whole personality. And
I'm going to start calling you Bill Nye. Because you're so smart.
Wiki Dave.
Wiki Dave, there we go. So to elaborate on that, or to better justify or put more meaning to that, when I was first diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, I was still in, and they put me on a bunch of antidepressants and anxiety meds, all kind of bullshit. And I'm the type of person, I work hard for everything that I have. My motorcycles, my cars, my house, everything in my house, which is a bunch of bullshit. I may call it bullshit, but if it gets damaged by somebody else, I flip. I'm done. Like, you will see my temper in full force. I'll beat the shit out of anybody who damages my stuff without my consent. And unless if, I let Dodge ride the Katana and he wrecks it, it was my choice to let him ride it, big deal. And I told him to wheelie it. Oh, well. But
I won't.
Right. So I had a 2004 Dodge Dakota that I bought with 7 miles on it. I bought it brand new, and I was on the medication. I was backing up to help some people move, and I hit a pole, and I had the tailgate down. And it dented the tailgate, shut it and everything. Any other time, I would have flipped my shit, gotten pissed off, punched something or someone. I get out of the truck. Everybody's like, oh, my God, he's going to lose it. And I look at him, and I'm just like, meh. Oh, well. And it was at that point when I was like, I don't need to be taking this medication anymore. Because I had no emotion. I had no anything. I was just fucking Bueller.
Make sure.
Bueller.
I'm going to suggest that we not endeavor down this topic.
Yes.
There are many different types of medication for many different things that people are afflicted by. All of them affect people differently.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of going into this topic, I'm going to talk to you about pseudoephedrine.
He's like,
well, I've been put on many different medications for...
Well, pseudoephedrine is just a common nasal decongestant medicine that used to exist prior to the whole 2000s era of government crackdown on meth. And the reason I'm going to bring this up, and this will become relevant in the end of this story, it takes about a minute to get through this. Every different person is affected by medication differently. It not only affects them differently, but it affects them with varying degrees of efficacy or strength. If I take pseudoephedrine, everyone else that takes it that I've ever met in my entire life, except for one person in my family, everyone else that takes it can suddenly breathe easily. They're like, oh, this is the best medication ever. I don't know why the government would crack down so hard on it. I'm like, well, one, it's the primary component in the effective drugs used in the production of meth. So there's that. Secondly, there's people like me that exist. Pseudoephedrine is the most psychotic, vile substance that has ever been invented by humankind. When I put it into my body, like, so you understand, see that? This was a full bottle of wine when we started. And by the way, Markins, I am still very upset to this day that I tried to make a joke that your wife did not get to hear all of, and she was personally offended by a statement I made at that pizza place in Gatlinburg. So if she's watching, or...
No, she's not watching.
I know. But I'm just saying, I'm still upset that I made a joke that I didn't get to finish that she was personally offended by. That's how nice of a person I am. But anyway, I'm very well polishing off this bottle of wine tonight.
Well, she is a doctor.
So
she gets offended by a lot.
I'll be right back. I'm busting a seal, so I'll be right back.
Okay. But I will tell the story.
Yeah, go ahead.
So when I take pseudoephedrine, it affects me like no other substance that is known to mankind. If I take pseudoephedrine, just a common allergy medication for my sinuses,
Yes.
I will feel my skin crawl. And I know that when I say that, most people cannot understand what that means.
I do.
It literally feels like there are spiders
Yes.
underneath my skin, all over my entire body, my head, my face, the back of my neck, everywhere on my torso, my legs. The bottoms of my feet feel like there's some insect crawling through my skin, burrowing underneath, tickling me from the inside. There is no amount of scratching I can do to make the feeling go away. And that's not the worst of it. The sensation gets worse after about an hour after I've taken one of these pseudoephedrine allergy medications. I feel general paranoia. And by what I mean by general paranoia is I feel like someone's watching me. Not that I'm really that creeped out, but
Some schizophrenia.
somebody is watching me.
Yes.
a full 30 minutes after the skin crawling and the general paranoia. So I've got skin crawling all over for 30 minutes. Then I get general paranoia for about 30 minutes. About an hour into taking a pseudoephedrine, I can literally tell a specific person is watching me. There is a specific individual, and it doesn't matter, but like I'll take it, and it might be a person I know, it might be my wife, it might be a cat. I actually have a vivid, very, very haunting memory of one of my cats stalking me through my house a year ago when I took some cold medication. And I spent 6 hours walking around trying to avoid my cat because my cat was going to hurt me.
That's why I can't take it.
This is a medication that is currently available without a prescription.
Yeah. Well,
Wait,
Prescriptioned by almost 1,000 times stronger by adding the lethal components that are added into methamphetamine products. But the reason I brought all this up is that every person is affected by drugs differently. I know some people that take pseudoephedrine and it doesn't even affect them. They'll take 3 or 4 times the correct dosage and they still can't breathe and they don't feel a thing. I take a half of a dosage of pseudoephedrine and I am paranoid for 12 to 20 hours. Like I cannot be awake. I can't even sleep. If I close my eyes, I feel like someone's like creeping over me and like haunting me while I'm trying to sleep. It is the most terrifying, psychotic, terrible drug that exists.
You become schizophrenic.
Yeah, and that person lurking over you, that's just me. I guess I need to stop timing it to whenever you fucking take the medication.
It's like me. I was prescribed like this prescription strength Zyrtec or whatever. It's got pseudoephedrine in or whatever in it. And when I take that shit, I feel like I'm gonna die. Like literally, like my heart just cannot take that medication. Like, cause like I'm on a lot of shit because I got Crohn's disease, so I'm on a lot of different medication, and I throw that into it, and it's just like, I literally feel like I'm gonna die.
See, one problem I have with medications, like prescribed medications, I have a pill bottle here of omeprazole or whatever. It's basically generic Prilosec. I'm supposed to take a lot of other medications as well on a regular basis, and I always fail. My doctor always told me, he said, put it somewhere where you always go in the morning. Do you go and use the bathroom? Yeah, go put it on the back of the toilet. I did that. I always forgot to take my medications. And then whenever I did, like I said before with the antidepressants and whatnot, I was a completely different person. I don't like that. I like being myself. I don't want to be some medicated zombie walking around. And that's just how the antidepressants and anxiety medications worked on me. They made me a zombie, essentially, just walking around.
I can describe it better.
Go for it.
I've had a lot of friends that have taken antidepressants. 1 in 3 Americans are currently prescribed clinical strength, if you will, non-over-the-counter antidepressant medication.
Vodka?
What?
Vodka?
No. Chardonnay. And
that'll work.
Bud Light.
Whatever gets you off, right? But I've had a lot of friends that have been on different antidepressants, and several of them have been on the same one. And for me, it was fascinating to see how the same specific pill and literally same dosage affected people with wildly different results. I had one friend shortly after high school that took a particular prescription antidepressant pill, and he literally had no emotions. You could not make him smile. You could not make him laugh. He felt numb to the world. There was no happiness. There was no sadness. There was no feeling.
What was the name of it?
I'm not going to tell that in the video because every person is affected differently. I'll tell you in person, but every person is affected different. Here, I'll tell you in the side chat. Everybody is affected differently by medication. And for some people, that particular pill, I put it in the side chat, some people are fine with it. Other people have very different results, much more similar to my friends. Another friend,
shit. That's common.
Another friend currently takes the same pill, same dosage, and he's fine. In fact, he feels like the pill actually makes him a normal person. Instead of having small little psychotic freakouts about things, it lets him just level out his personality. And the problem is that Some people have a level personality with a more depressed tone because there actually are a lot of things to be upset about in the world. Other people have a really up and down personality, and that levels them out some. Other pills would be more suitable. There's like 30 different antidepressants or 40 different antidepressants for people. But because the doctors haven't taken time to find the specific one for that person that makes them happiest, a lot of people get prescribed an antidepressant that makes them numb to the world, that makes them feel psychotic. And by psychotic, I mean they have no emotion whatsoever.
Well,
there are other people that feel that their personality becomes exacerbated. They only have super highs and super lows, but nothing in between. They don't feel general happiness or sadness.
So it's the stereotypical bipolar where you switch from one to the other.
That's where actually, ever since you met my wife, Dodge, she has gone into that field to where she has gotten into.
I'm sure she sees it.
Well, it's just she's actually got her doctorate, and
Oh, yeah, she's a smart lady. But what I meant by I'm sure she sees it is I'm sure if you look at a total sum of all of her patients, she's seen the spectrum of the proper prescription for that particular person and not proper prescription, and how this particular pill works for some people but not for others. And
she actually has gotten people fired and hired over such predicaments because they don't know what they're doing. They're not actually paying attention to the patient over, say, about a month. You see how it affects them, and then they need to adjust, and they don't. They just keep the same prescription, and it takes over time. It takes a negative effect, to where they're not normal. What we perceive as normal.
There's one thing that I have to give as a takeaway from this, and this doesn't just apply to antidepressants. There are other medications that affect mood and personality, and I have dealt with them in my family based off of some of the medical illnesses that we've run through. If you've been a longtime subscriber of mine, you would know it, but you're probably not watching this video, so you're not going to know that. Markins, I think you know Rookzer, because I do know your name, but Rookzer, ask me in person. I'll talk to you about what I'm talking about. There were some videos of mine I posted about 3 or 4 years ago now, and I've deleted them since. But ask me in person next week, and I will explain this whole situation. It'll make a lot more sense to you. But the thing I want to say is and this is still motorcycle related. Motorcycles help a lot of people experience very high joys in their life. And if you are not experiencing general happiness while on a bike or while doing something you enjoy, and you are on some prescription medication, you should ask your doctor about alternatives. Make them research it. You're paying them money for this service.
Mm-hmm.
True.
They should look at alternatives. And the reason I say that is because in my family, we have gone through some of this medication searching, and we have found certain medications were not effective. Certain dosages, though prescribed, and the tests said that they were in the right levels, were not right, because every person knows what's normal and what's proper for them. And if you're not feeling normal and proper and happy, it doesn't matter what the frickin' tests say, it's not right.
Now, I will agree with you on that because, like, in my last video, I put up...
Hold on. Wait a minute. Here's the thing. Dodge.
Yeah?
You have to be... Here's the key thing. You have to be honest with your doctor.
Yes.
If you're not being honest and like, look, it's making me feel strange, I don't feel like myself, you need to let them know. And a lot of people don't.
Exactly.
A lot of people are looking for the high, they're looking for the low, and if you can't be honest with yourself, you can't be honest with your doctor, then your doctor can't help you.
Right.
And I run it because my wife brings her work home. I'll say that right now. She brings the work home, and I hear her, because Rookzer's been here when my wife's going through her charts, and she's going through, it's her, he has seen her on her best days. So,
bullshitter, This is floor shitter.
Floor shitter.
Hey, floor shitter.
Do you shit on the floor?
Floor shitter? What? I can't think of another name for that cat now.
Oh, Mal.
Mal.
Or floor shitter.
Floor shitter. But yeah,
Oh yeah, you're still going in here.
you've got to be honest. You've got to be honest with yourself, and you got to be honest with your doctor. You got to be you got to be telling them, you know, this ain't working, or it's making my skin crawl, or something like that, or they can't help you.
And I want to add in right there real quick, for people who are not on those medications but whose family members are, you need to be honest with those people and let them know as an outsider what you are seeing.
Oh, definitely.
Yes, because they may or may not notice.
The family member I'm talking about, and I'm reasonably confident Markins remembers this, but I can if you want. But the family member that I'm talking about here did not notice the changes. I did. I'm the one. So I had to help them see those changes and go, hey, by the way, just so you know, that pill, that dosage is not right for you.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I'll completely back that up, because when I was being prescribed those medications, I was not being honest. Now, when I'm on my bike, yeah, I put up the video where I was really, really pissed off. I was mad at the world because of everything that happened last weekend. But at the same time, I was happy because I was on my bike.
Two-wheel medication. Sometimes it's great.
Oh, fucking sometimes.
All
The only time it's not is when I'm stuck in a fucking rainstorm on my way to fucking Vine Grove or back.
I know Vine Grove sucks anyways.
Hey, I've been to Vine Grove.
Right. What's up, Will? I see we got you in the chat.
Willmatic?
Yeah, Willmatic 84.
Willmatic?
There was some talk about nuts to butts earlier too. I was looking at that. So everybody's talking about Betty. Everybody wants a piece of Betty.
Why?
$86 you ever spent, I bet.
Yeah, cheapest date ever. Like one-time fee of $36.
I think she was the highlight of the meetup.
If I didn't have to wear a backpack down to Tennessee, I would bring her.
There are some psychotic people in chat. I'm scrolling up and reading this. Oh my God, what the hell is wrong?
Welcome to my life.
Everything's fine, but somebody joined and it turned really weird.
I mean, the only person that's joined recently is Will.
I am halfway through a bottle. No, I am through a bottle of
Yeah,
wine.
that's more than half. Jesus.
This is all that's left.
That's it.
I mean, I've never known anybody to get really fucked up over one bottle of wine. I've drank
You
like
haven't met me
two.
before in person. Trust me, you will see.
Are you a lightweight?
Oh my God, am I lightweight? Holy crap, of course I am. No, Markins.
What?
What happens when I have one can of that stuff with the thing?
What, an IPA?
No, it's made by the Bud Miller Coors Company.
Oh,
Strawberita.
Limeritas.
Limeritas, that's the one.
He fell in love. He fell in
God.
love.
Good.
He's like, oh my God, this shit's the greatest. And that was the weekend Severian almost broke his leg in the hole.
Dude, he face planted so hard. we were drunk. We walked from the hotel.
No,
We were drunk. We walked to our hotel to the gas station where they sold more alcohol because as drunk people, we thought we needed more alcohol. And on the
Drunk people always need more
walk
alcohol.
back, Siberian found a hole in the ground.
I don't know how.
And I was wondering where I learned about Siberian from. I don't watch a lot of his videos, but I'm just
He
like,
hasn't been posting a lot this year.
yeah. But I mean, I've tried to remember. I was looking through my sub list. I was like, who the fuck is Siberian? Where do I know him from? And then I remembered Sarge.
Okay, here's the thing. Here's what's going to happen. When we leave out of here Friday morning, at the butt crack of whenever, we're going to stop because our route does take us down the Dragon.
Yeah.
We'll stop before the Dragon starts, just before the Overlook.
Uh-huh.
And we slap some cameras on, do a video through there and everything. And then we'll be at the cabin. It shouldn't take us but maybe, what do you think, Dave? About 20 minutes? 25?
What?
To the cabin?
From where?
From the roughly the start of the Dragon.
Oh, God, no. Because you got to come down 28, and I know Rookzer's riding experience doesn't include a lot of mountain riding, so you guys are going to be hitting the speed limit down 28.
All of the speed limit or just the speed limit?
Just the speed limit.
Through the Dragon, yeah, you'll get your pictures.
Wait, are you guys coming down the Dragon, or are you guys coming by the Dragon?
Down the Dragon, because...
Okay, so for a fact, it's going to take you 20 or 25 minutes to come down the Dragon your first time.
Yeah, because it is my first time.
You'll do okay.
I'm not saying I won't do okay. I'm just saying...
You'll do all
You're
right.
going to be a fine rider. What's going to screw you up is that some asshole is going to cross the double yellow into your lane and
In a Corvette. That one fucked me up.
Hey, Sarge, do you know where I live?
No.
Have you seen any of my videos?
No.
Fuck!
Who are you?
I've seen some of your videos. Aren't you that guy that posts up all those Hawaii dirt bike videos?
Yes.
Oh.
Finally, gosh, somebody recognized me for who I am.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
I hear floor shitter. I'll be right back.
Oh God.
Floor shitter.
But no, honestly, once we get to that point, it should only take about 20 minutes to get through that road. Then we could stop at the store. You get your stickers, say that you've been to the Dragon,
All right.
and hang out there. You know, probably about a half hour or so, whatever you want to do. And then we go down 28. 28 empties out onto where we've got to roughly skip over. It's weird. You kind of skip over and go to where we're going at the cabin. And where we skip over to the cabin is really short.
Okay.
Don't bother stopping and getting a sticker.
Well, if it's the only time we hit the Dragon.
No, it's not. No, we're going to ride past the Dragon on one of our routes, and we're going to stop for like an hour so that people who want to ride it can go and ride it, and guys like me can just sit there and stare at all the hot women wearing orange shirts.
I want to stare at hot women wearing orange shirts.
We could still do that, but I'm saying on our way.
Like you can't imagine.
He's on his meds. No. But I'm saying on our way down, we could stop. He can get his sticker. His bike's been there, and we can roll on out.
All right. I mean, I'm game for whatever. I'm a passenger essentially, so the only thing that kind of has me spooked is the Skyway, from what I've heard, with it being clouds.
Nope.
Yeah.
And the turns with the edges and stuff. I'm leery around edges.
Yeah.
Hey, let me give you this advice. Here's the thing. Of all the rides of the roads that we're going to ride on over the weekend,
Mm-hmm.
the one that you should be the most freaked out about is the Blue Ridge Parkway.
That is kind of wicked because there are left-hand turns with no guardrails.
Yeah, that's what I'm scared about.
That's the thing. The no guardrails and the blind tunnels that have no lights in them. Oh my God.
God, now he's going to try and get you
Riding
freaked
along,
out.
the tunnel.
I am freaked out.
Don't get him freaked out, man.
I mean, I'm gonna do it.
And the ghost Audi.
Yeah, the Audi, man.
That Audi guy was such a
A tool.
dick.
So I've got to respond
Dude,
to Will
I was
here.
trying to pass his ass at 60 miles an hour.
I've got to respond to Will here. He was asking about how I felt after the vid that I put up today. And and the video was basically explaining why I was so pissed off. And to recap, we had some bad storms Sunday, knocked down a tree, pulled down my power, and on top of that, I was dealing with a bunch of electrical issues in my basement to begin with, getting it up to code and everything. And with the tree taking down the electricity, the inspector would come down and look underneath anyway and shut my house down. So I had to get all that done, which the original quotes were anywhere from $1,300 to $2,600 just to get that stuff done, and then add another meter, the conduit, the weatherhead, and everything on top of that, which I had originally been quoted $2,000 extra just for that, but that was because it was an after-hours quote. I ended up getting out of it all with only borrowing $2,145 from my mom, because obviously I don't have that money. Look where I live. And so yeah, I basically for the past 3 or 4 days I've been pissed off, but only about the circumstances, not about life really. So I've been just dealing with everything as it has been. And yeah, I was pissed off after the video, but I mean, what am I gonna do? So I just went on with my life. I helped out the electricians and stuff. There's still a little bit to do, but it's good enough for the inspection. Right now, everything's up to code. My service has been upgraded to 100 amp from 60, and
You only had 60 amp service?
yeah, my house was built in the 50s.
Have you seen Marcus's house?
Yeah, I've been in it a few times.
Is your house of the same general type of construction as his?
No, it's
Really? So wait, you have 60. You had 60 amp service.
the house was originally built with fuses.
But you upgraded your panel, right?
Yeah, I've got a new panel, 20 block, and everything's
Dude,
good
I have
now.
a 60 amp sub panel. Like,
Oh my god, I gotta check mine.
oh yeah. Get that back there.
What is that supposed to mean? Dude, I've got 200 amp service here. What the hell?
Okay, so because I have an apartment, I don't have a breaker. I don't know what I have, but
Yes,
You don't have a
Dude.
main breaker that says the amperage on it?
there's a main. It's at the top. It should be.
no, there's no main in the apartment. It's downstairs in the riser room.
Hold on, look in it again.
What do you want to know?
That's a multimeter.
I just wanted to show everybody that ass.
Are those tidy whities? No, they're striped.
But no, my house was built in the 50s, and it was built with fuses. It was upgraded probably about 20 years ago to 60 amp service, and I had plans when I moved in originally to upgrade to 100 amp service, but I didn't have enough electrician friends that were certified and stuff to do the work. And basically it come down to crunch time, and I just had to get it done. But on the plus side, with all the work that has been done, I can now wash and dry my clothes at home once I get a washer and dryer. I never had that capability before. That booty dough. So yeah, I mean, this is my first house ever, and no, I don't want to live here for the rest of my fucking life. If I had my choice, I'd move tomorrow. But I did find out after I wanted to move that it's not as easy as a car, which you can just take to the dealership, trade in, drive away in a newer car.
Can't trade in your house.
No, I fucking have to. It has to be timed right. I have to
Not in that area either.
and just kind of transition to it. No, I do not want to live in this area. I want to move to a different.
Yeah, your area is not a good area to live in, bro. It's
Heard
really
songs by
not.
Elvis in the ghetto.
Dude, move south.
It has improved though, because ever since the projects have been torn down, I have not had to shoot at anybody.
I
And you think I'm joking?
haven't had to show my AK. It was a good day.
I don't have an AK. I go for accuracy, not durability. I have an AR.
Actually, the funny thing is,
From the
I have a
50s.
Romanian SAR 3, which is technically an AK, but it shoots the 223s. So technically, it's got the same accuracy as an AR, but it looks like an AK because it's got the same rifled barrel, everything. It's basically the guts of an AR-15, but it looks like an AK.
But would it have the same durability as an AK? Because I
Yep.
mean, the AK, I gotta hand it to him.
Yeah.
You can rust those
Yeah,
things out.
I've
and
put that
shoot
damn
it.
thing in sand and water. I've stuffed mud into it and fired it. Like, dude, I love my gun. Like, but
Huh.
it's still rifled and it shoots the 223s. It was
Oh,
just an
man, they
Allied
are
gun.
great.
So
Hey, everyone, say goodbye to Justin.
What? Where's
Goodbye.
Justin going?
Wait, what? When did Justin leave? Battlefield 1. Oh, all right,
Oh, the
Justin. I'll
beta.
see you around. Appreciate you coming and hanging out. Everybody else, y'all ready to say bye?
Is that my favorite, Justin?
Justin
Yes.
Smith.
Yes, no?
That's the same one that comes to your hangouts.
Oh. What?
Oh. Oh, geez, Sarge. Do you know your audience?
What? I can't keep up with everybody, man.
Hey, Sarge, I
What?
have 15 times your audience, and I still remember mine.
Oh, the burn.
Oh,
Oh,
snap.
go get some aloe for you.
Oh, it still only burns when I pee.
And
Hey,
suck
for what it's
Rookzer.
worth, only 3 of my
Grandpa
subscribers.
break, man.
That fucking Will over there calling out Cycle Cruiser. Subscribe today. Sorry, I had to.
Hey, if you haven't watched my most recent week or two of videos,
I haven't.
apparently everyone has been accusing me of making an outro that sounds exactly like Cycle Cruiser.
What?
I did see your new outro, but I mean, I don't. There
I don't
may
see
be a
it.
similarity, but
Let's go for a ride.
Well,
yeah,
that's the whole thing. You know, there's nothing new.
Hey,
You know, I ride a motorcycle.
I'll say this.
there's nothing new.
Sound like you sound like Cycle Cruiser. No, I ride a motorcycle.
He has got a lot of hate because he is a motorcyclist who does not know a lot. But he admits he is learning, and as he learns, he shares what he learns, his experiences. And that is honest, it is genuine. It is one of the fastest growing channels out of all motovloggers because of that. And I'll say this about him. I have way more respect for his channel than I do some of the other people that are very popular because he is sharing his experiences. He's not being fake. He's genuine. He is only sharing his reality with the rest of us. And because of that, I really got to say, I have a lot of respect for him. He is one of the very few motovloggers that has more than 100,000 followers that I actually watch their videos.
But I mean, you're not fake. I don't
No,
think
I'm not.
fake.
No, you're not either.
I am. No.
But I mean, you know, I don't know.
I could tell you why you're not getting a lot of subscribers.
Uh-oh.
Care to elaborate?
I know that hit home.
Will you?
I know. I
Dramatic pause.
kind of
It's the same advice I give to everyone. Pick a schedule, stick to it, make consistent quality of content, make consistent posts on content. Like, pick a theme. Make all of your content educational or entertaining
started
or
a theme.
exciting.
I did.
If you are not consistent, consistency is key. That is the one thing more than anything else that'll kill you as a motovlogger or any other type of YouTube producer.
He has started a thing.
Yeah, I did.
Just started.
Accidentally, actually, but
Accidentally, I think I gave you the drive to do it. Honestly.
well, I actually I started it, but then you were like, "Yeah, you planted the seed. You did plant the seed."
But Sarge, I've talked to you. I really don't honestly believe that you're a person who wants to be a famous motovlogger.
Well, I don't. But you know, there's a time when you want recognition. If you know what I mean.
Let me ask you a
I
question.
know what you're saying.
What if you were watching the news and an article came out and said that you were the best unknown moto vlogger? Wouldn't that be enough recognition for you? Even if you only have the same number of subscribers because of it?
I got to be honest. I want to be
That's a tough one, honestly.
me. I want to be. I do want
I
to be
never-
YouTube famous.
Well, I never wanted to be YouTube famous. But to see growth, to see your channel grow, is recognition enough for me. One person a day, 3 people a month. That's recognition enough for me, honestly.
You know what I want?
What do you want?
I don't want to meet a single motorcyclist who doesn't know who I am.
Oof. Well, that's a crazy thing too, is because
No, it's not.
well,
Because
here's
motorcyclists.
here, and you did strike a chord. Dodge, you struck a chord, is because when we were at the Ohio meetup, I was the person there with the most subscribers in the whole group combined, probably. Okay?
Not combined, but you were the highest.
Foo. I was pretty damn close.
I think Twitch has 1,400.
Oh, come on.
Shit, I'm ecstatic. I have 50. I'm like, yes!
So the reason I don't want to find somebody, run across them, ride with them when they don't know who I am, is that I try really, really fucking hard. I spend a lot of my free time trying to learn things so that I can share them with other motorcyclists. Trying to learn things about my bikes, other bikes, keep up with current trends on bikes so that when people ask me for advice, I can give them meaningful advice that is helpful. I just want other motorcyclists to share in the knowledge I have. And I really try hard to post videos that are both entertaining and informational. And I really like it when I run across somebody that has met me and tells me that one of my videos was helpful for them learning something, helping them in some way. And so to me, it would mean a lot if everybody knew my videos because I'm the guy who teaches things.
I'll tell you straight up, like whenever I was learning how to ride a motorcycle and all that, I watched quite a few of your videos. I learned quite a few things that I had no idea, but I was like, well, that's pretty fucking cool. You know what I mean? Like, and it's guys like you that actually got me actually to where I'm at today, watching how to do stuff and information about certain, like the tires, like the whenever you went over about like what the tires, the size and all that stuff means and everything. Like, it floored me. I was like, I just thought they were fucking numbers. I had no idea.
That's why I said, like, Dodge is the teacher of the motovlogging community. He knows a lot of stuff. And as far as my goals, yeah, I want to be known and everything, but I kind of go back to this will be related to the whole sign thing, like Sagittarius, Cancer, Taurus, all that shit.
Leo.
Right. So mine, Sagittarius, is
December.
one that searches for acknowledgement. So whenever I set out to do something, I want to be acknowledged. I want to be recognized.
Valued.
For what I've done. Yes, exactly. So yeah, I like being. Yeah, I want to be YouTube famous, but not in the sense of like PewDiePie or like that big, like Walterific or something like that. I want to be in there to where people aren't surprised when they see me, but they enjoy my content enough to where they're like, hey, nice video. I mean, those comments that I get where, nice vid, great edit, stuff like that, it builds me up, not necessarily like the big head complex, but it gives me more confidence to keep going and to do something that I like doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
And that's what I'm looking for in that. I want the acknowledgement. I like people, complimenting me. Yeah, I don't mind people cutting me down, insulting me, telling me I suck at what I do, because I take it as constructive criticism more than insult, like they mean it. I take it as, okay, I can improve on this and do this. And just make myself better as a person and as a YouTuber and as a motovlogger and whatever else, even a rider. Like Beer 30, he doesn't want me hitting any more mirrors. Did I hit any more mirrors since then? No, but the opportunity hasn't arisen. That's just my temper.
well, of course, nobody you ask, hey, do you want to have more subscribers, views, comments? Nobody's going to say no. But, I mean, yeah, it'd be nice to have a bigger audience and channel, but like what you said, when someone leaves a comment, it's like, I thrive when I get 20 comments. I'm like, man, this is awesome. But like that last video I put up, it's like 20 minutes long. I had a few people say, nice edit, and it's like, thank you, because I spent a long freaking time on that. It's not evident, but it's like they paid enough attention to my video to see that something I worked really hard on, and that I super duper appreciate that. And it's like, I wouldn't mind having a little bit more of that, and I'd be super happy to keep making videos for a long time.
And I mean, the comment that I made in, I think, 1 or 2, maybe 7 of my videos is, if I didn't have any subscribers, I would still do it to see what I need to do to improve. And yeah, the YouTube famous thing, yeah, it still rings true. I'd like to make money on YouTube, yeah, that still rings true. Who wouldn't want to make money? Do I want that to be my primary job? That'd be great. That'd be nice. But do I think it's going to be? Maybe not. I don't know. But from what, going back to what Dodd said pertaining to Sarge, I do kind of agree with him on the schedule thing. It would generate a more constant and steady growth and acknowledgement base.
But the whole thing is that if you have a base, they're going to watch your video no matter what day you put it up. The whole schedule thing, nobody likes to be set to a schedule, especially if you have a normal job.
Right. And
Most of
I
us
understand
have the normal job, and you throw it up on a Tuesday, a Wednesday, a Thursday, Friday, maybe even a Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. If you're a normal working person, you don't have a schedule per se when you put up a video. You can. I've tried.
Well, that depends on how you do your videos.
This is true.
If you go out,
but it may not work out. It may not work out that way. Is my whole thing.
My life's unpredictable. Way too unpredictable to have a schedule.
And
Right.
and there's been times where I've had videos loaded up in queue on YouTube, and I review the video before I put it up. I'm like, dude, the video sucked. And I'm the biggest judgmental person on myself. I'm like, no, I won't put it up. So there won't be a video put up on Thursday. So
well,
I don't do it.
I do know that about you, because when you say, somebody told you they watched your video and you say, sorry, you had to watch that or whatever, I know that you're not completely joking about that. Me, I'm really joking. Somebody is breathing into their mic.
Somebody fell asleep.
But I mean, I do enjoy watching my videos, and I think that if I enjoy watching them, a lot of other people are going to enjoy watching them.
You can only hope.
I do understand where you're coming from as far as the schedule goes. That's kind of where I lucked out, to where I was able to come up with a way to integrate my day job schedule with my YouTube recording and videoing and stuff like that, I mean, for me, it works out great. Yeah, it may be a lot of the same scenery. That's why my verbal topics, along with the shitty Louisville drivers or drivers in the Louisville area, combine to create the content that is necessary to pull away from the familiar scenery. And then on the weekends, I
Holy
can
crap.
go out and venture in other areas.
Holy shit!
I didn't do it. I
What's going
swear.
on?
I just looked. I'm
What happened?
1 subscriber away.
From 2100?
Yes, sir.
Let's go. All right, who in the chat is not subscribed to Sergeant Markins?
Dude, no, don't do. You don't have to. You don't. My, yeah.
This is MotoBuddies. This is
I know.
this hangout is primarily Kentucky moto vloggers. I know Lumijashi, you're over there.
This is
We'll
this
get
is
you
for
in
the people.
Right,
For the people,
for
by
the people, but not by the people.
Holy crap!
But I mean, this is primarily Sarge M6 and myself. This is our hangout. So I'm always going to be here. Sarge may always be here.
Well, you know,
M6
got a life. Got a
may
life.
always
Got
be
a life.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You have
may
things you
always
have
be
to do.
here.
Me, I'm going to devote my Thursdays to it so that the MotoBuddies keeps going.
Well, see, my
Okay.
problem is like my work doesn't have a schedule, you know. So who knows when the hell I'm getting off, and
There
then
you
who
go.
knows what I'm doing when I get off. Like,
I know what
like
I'm
my
doing when I
life
get
is
off.
never
I feel like I'm
planned.
sleeping.
I seen
mean,
that
what?
coming.
Sorry, I had to. You said get off way too many
Well,
times.
well, whatever.
Well,
So yeah, I mean, I understand that your all's schedules tend to vary. Luckily, with mine, I don't usually plan things.
well, okay.
And yeah,
Here's
there may be the occasional time where Sarge, you may have to host this, or
well,
MC
yeah, exactly.
have to
Here's
host
the
it.
here's the thing we can do is at least if we're not going to be on Thursday, we could make a short video, not on the bike or on the bike, to promote the fact that this is going to happen. Make sense?
And an alternative, here's another way that we can get it shared out. Follow us on Twitter.
I don't.
I post everything to Twitter.
I've got Twitter.
I've been slacking on my Twitter.
And it
Yeah,
is
but I slack too.
Twitter is so simple though. It is so easy because if you tie your YouTube channel to where when you post a video live or you add a video to a playlist or you like a video or something like that, it'll automatically share it to your Twitter. You don't have to tag anything in it or anything
Well,
like
see,
that.
with me, I don't have a M6 Facebook because you can't type numbers in Facebook. So, like, yeah, I
Well,
was
no,
like,
I'm
well,
not
can't do
saying
that.
Facebook. I said Twitter.
Yeah, but you said through your Facebook.
No.
So
I
when
said
you do it,
You said through the Twitter.
Yeah, I said Twitter.
okay, I'm confused, tired, and whatever. I don't know.
Twitter's
Man.
the bird.
Yeah, the bird
the
one.
bird,
that's right.
not the fuck. So I mean, if you can tie them both together, then it'll automatically share it out to your Twitter and everything, and you know, put the app on your phone. You can just blurt out a little thing. All of your followers will. I mean, if you can get your subscribers to follow you on Twitter, then they'll see that actually before they see any YouTube updates. That's the way that I've been doing it for a while, and I mean, it's
YouTube
worked
updates
pretty
are
well. I
slow.
mean, we've had 2 or 3 of my viewers from Twitch in here because of Twitter. I mean, they learned about my Hangouts because of Twitter. Because I'll promote the Twitter. If you have a common communication area amongst all of your media, say like I've got Twitch, I've got YouTube, and Vine. I had Vine. I still do it every now and then, and then Instagram and stuff like that. It's always shared to Twitter. That way, all of my followers from Instagram see my Twitter. All of my followers from Twitch see my Twitter, and YouTube see my Twitter, and then it gets spread out to the people who are interested in those. So, if say I'm not able to host the MotoBuddies, then I can post out on Twitter, say, hey, look, it's not going to be hosted here, but if you go to Sergeant Markins or M6FZ6, then it'll roll on into that. And then once we bring Josh in here, he'll be able to roll on into it too.
Well, I think next week, we'll be back. Next week, M6 should host or try to host.
If we do a revolving schedule?
Well, whoever can do it. But I mean, M6 needs to learn, right?
True
Yeah.
that.
I mean, we do need to bring M6 on a lot of these too, because he's been kind of sitting back, riding along. We've been dragging him along, actually. We've just been kind of dragging him into it.
Well, I mean, it's like I barely ever have time to sit down and actually, because most of the time I pop in, like last time I was under a freaking tow truck taking out the transmission, you know what I mean? So it's, I got a lot of shit going on that I'm barely ever home anymore, man. It kind of sucks, actually.
Well, I mean, I'm fine with hosting it. That's fine, and then I can share out to my Twitter whenever it gets shared to somebody else's. So, I mean, what up, CM? CM made it in here. Oh, and Sarge, you have a question.
I read the question. Damn it, dude. Damn it. I read the question.
I laugh because I know
Don't call
the
me out.
drama and the headache that has been behind this.
Okay, this is the best thing I can say to Will Maddock. Will, send me a self-addressed envelope in an envelope, and I will send it back, postage paid, because evidently we can't get our addresses straight, or I can't get yours right. So that's the only way that's gonna work, man.
I mean, you haven't told him that yet?
I thought I did. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't.
My dogs are talking more than I am in this hangout.
Close
Probably
up.
because you're tired. That's because I got
Now
something else
YouTube's
going on that
gonna
somebody had mentioned.
demonetize your stuff, Rook.
Why? Because I have pasties?
Hey, she's covered up.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, YouTube is not logical.
Or
YouTube
how
is
about
a
that?
cruel mistress.
How about that?
Now that's safe for work.
When have I ever said my shit is safe for work? I think my only video safe for work is...
Oh my
What
god!
was that?
Dodge finished off the bottle of
I
wine.
was just gonna ask, did Dodge finish the bottle?
Yeah, I think he finished the bottle of wine.
Yes, he did.
He's feeling pretty crazy, huh?
Oh, good times.
Oh,
Hey, Farver, what's the
smiling.
name of that restaurant you like with all the goofy shit on the wall and the mozzarella sticks? Oh, you mean Shenanigans?
That's fucking priceless.
Dude, if Ninja's in here, we will see it in chat.
Hasn't he done that on the Discus server you have for your Twitch?
Discord, yeah, he has.
Oh yeah, Discord. Discus is a text chat plugin.
Wait, was someone showing titties while I was dealing with Four Shitter?
In a way,
I want to
There
see
you
it.
go. How about that?
they were Betty's pasties. You know, the
And then-
ones that have
then
been
there was
over
a
Rook's
discussion
shoulder
about-
for the past 2 hours.
And then there was a discussion about YouTube will demonetize because it's got pasties on a mannequin.
Yeah.
No, I heard what was going on. I just didn't see the titties.
Ah. I mean, I can swing her tassels for you. I mean, that's no big deal.
That got a couple revolutions, man.
It did. I mean, there's a science to it, because, I mean, if you hit it here, it's just gonna wrap around my finger like this. It'll wrap around and it'll catch and won't go far. But if you hit it right about here, it's perfect leverage to go woo woo woo.
This has been stripper science with Rookzer.
And the women at Hooters were jealous.
Right? Dude, that blonde. Still can't get over that blonde. Oh, Justin's back because the EA servers are down. Shocking.
Yeah, right.
Hey, I'll give you a little bit of advice from experience. Never play a game on release. That voice crack, though. Never play a game on release.
I've played so many games on release, and it's just like, it'll be awesome for the first, like, 2 hours, and then crash.
Betty
Come
will
up,
have
crash.
a tattoo.
Come up,
Actually, she might
crash.
get a tattoo right now.
She needs a Harley Davidson tramp stamp.
No, she's actually getting a tattoo right now. I'm gonna work on this right now. Let me adjust the camera. Right there. That's good enough. So she needs some advertisement. Because she's always gonna be facing forward. Where'd my Sharpie go?
All right, guys, I hate to cut this
Turns
short,
out.
man, but I got a lot of stuff to do before I go to bed tonight, so
I mean,
I will
masturbating
catch
takes a
y'all.
long time.
shit. I don't even got time to do that anymore, bro.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Hey, would you just look at it?
Hey,
Would you look at that?
100.
Wait, what? Where'd my fucking Sharpie go?
Sarge,
Were you sniffing it?
Yeah, man.
you just hit 2100.
Oh.
No.
Congrats, man.
What
It's
happened?
still showing 2099 on my end.
YouTube. YouTube lies to you. You have to use Social Blade.
Oh, there we go. It just rolled.
What?
Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats, man.
I don't.
Yo, Sarge hit 2100 on the stream.
But I'm out, guys. Later, guys.
See you, M6.
I'm not seeing. I don't see it. I don't see it. I can't see it. I'm on the
Wait.
action.
You're
You
saying
might have
that
to wait a minute for it to roll over.
I'm still looking for him on my fucking subscriber list, so it'll be up there before I fucking get there.
are you guys saying the brunette was more attractive?
Yeah, they were saying the brunette was more attractive, but
Well,
she's
no,
too
well,
skinny
see?
for me.
Who has the video of the blonde?
Me.
Oh, the
I
hugs.
mean, she's in there just the hugs.
You got the hugs.
Oh yeah, I got the hugs. $20.99 for me.
Try Social Blade.
Yeah, Social Blade probably showed up faster.
How does that show it faster?
I don't know, but for a minute it was sitting at 2099, and then as I was saying it, I watched it roll over. So I don't know how that works.
Social Blade actually counts the number of subscribers it sees on your subscriber list, whereas YouTube shows a number that updates like every 5 minutes.
Social Blade shows $20.99.
It was showing me 2100 just a second ago. Maybe
I
someone.
screenshotted it.
Yeah, I'd take the blonde.
See?
No, I wouldn't take either.
What?
No,
What?
no, not my type.
Well, yeah, but I mean body type.
No.
I still can't find my damn Sharpie.
Yeah, you must not have met my wife.
Oh,
Not my
sorry.
body type. No.
But yeah, we met.
I haven't met your wife.
Well, I mean, Markins has met my wife, but none of the rest of you have.
I haven't met her.
Well,
but
then you need to promote your other channel.
yeah.
I mean, she shows her outfit like every day.
Yes, this is what I'm wearing today.
See, I got a. Oh, you can't see it. I've got my hand on her hip. So this just went to a creative thing. So
When you talk the other direction, we can't hear you.
yeah, but it still does. It still picks it up. This is went to a thing. So I'm like drawing now.
Are you drawing Battlestar Galactica?
I wish.
Do you have something in mind, or are you just making this up as you go along?
A bit of both. Just a little bit of both.
How many BMCs have you had?
How many what?
BMCs. That right there, that thing. How many of those?
4,
You might not want to be drawing on the back of your mannequin.
5 or 6, maybe. I don't know. I usually lose count
Well, I
after
mean,
3.
worst case scenario, you take some rubbing alcohol and do tattoo removal.
Exactly.
Ammonia is safer.
As long as you mix it with bleach. Are you still watching that Burning Man stream, Dodge?
Yeah.
It looked like a sea of light brown when I clicked on it.
Yeah, I clicked off of it because it was still buffering for me. I was like, you know, fuck
Well,
yourself.
it went offline a while ago. I mean, I'm waiting for it to come back, but the last I saw, there was like a giant cricket and an elephant that were invading a group of people.
What is this?
So Burning Man is kind of what you would call a social experiment. It is a small city, rather a large city, that forms in the desert every year. And it's a big convention, if you will. And people gather from all over the country, all over the world, and they gather there and they form this city in the desert. And it's a legally incorporated city. And there are essentially no laws as we know them for other, for other cities or for other states. And the reason I call it a social experiment is because it's often a collection of very like-minded individuals who are very open to interesting things, drugs, alcohol, sex, things like that. So anything that happens in Burning Man is interesting to the rest of us from society. And it's kind of like a large collection of sex and drug-crazed alcohol fiends who are really interested in art.
Hippie.
That right there.
Cool.
And so they get together and they do interesting things, make sculptures, make moving art forms, crowd art forms.
Sorry, proceed. I'll go back to my tattoo. I should be a tattoo artist. Maybe not.
No.
I mean, I got this.
No.
Have you seen that, Dodge?
Nope.
You haven't seen my tattoo?
No.
It's my name in the style of the YouTube logo.
Never seen it.
That's dedication right there.
Still can't see it right now.
But you
Completely invisible.
This ought to be interesting.
It's hidden behind all the faces on the Hangout.
This next coming weekend ought to be interesting.
Tell me about it. I mean, the first thing I'm going to do whenever I see Dodge is bite his ass. Or at least attempt to.
Or shit on his floor.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah, you
shit
just
on
shit
his
on my
floor
floor like
because
one of my cats
I'm not
do.
going to be there. I mean, if I showed up to his house, I'd probably shit on his floor.
This is going to be one of the best non-hangouts you've ever been to.
You know what's most annoying about the cat shitting on the floor? They do it right next to the toilet.
They're that close.
They're like that far away. They still pee in the toilet, but they shit on the floor.
Well, this has turned into a very interesting hangout.
You're hosting it, bitch.
What was that last part?
Huh? What? I said what?
I said
What?
What in the butt?
Bitch.
What in the butt?
The advice I can give is never talk about the video itself.
Oh, I know, right?
Like saying, oh, this is going to be an interesting video, or oh, I don't know if you can see this, or I don't know if you can hear this, or I don't know if it's coming across on camera. Never say that ever again, ever in your entire life, ever.
You say that in a lot of your videos.
No, I don't. Never.
She just wants us not to say it. Cause
No,
Watch
my
all
wife
your
says
crap.
it all the time. I never say it.
I don't know if you've seen that.
Well, that added to the can. How's it look so far? It looks backwards.
No, it's looking pretty good, man. Looks like you got it almost centered.
All I gotta do is expand a couple letters out this way, and it'll be more centered.
I hope that goes on Instagram and, of course, Twitter when it's finished.
Oh, of course.
Reminds
I
me.
really feel like doing a social experiment video where I record me from the time of sober, taking 1 ounce shots of alcohol over a period of like 6 hours, seeing how long it takes to become intoxicated, recording the effects on perception time and answers to standardized questions, math and science reasoning. I'd really like to do an interesting video like that, showing people the varying levels of inebriation, reaction time, spatial reasoning, distance understanding, mathematical reasoning capability.
Yeah, we could do that next weekend. All we have to do is just give you 1 beer.
I wasn't going to say it because I'm a
That
lightweight,
face,
too.
though. Oh, where's my mouse?
The bad part is he brews his own.
Do you really?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, you might have heard of it. It's called O'Doul's.
Oh,
Dude, Sarge, we haven't fully told him about when we had those IPAs in Florence.
where?
So, when we went to the Ohio meetup.
Oh God, those things.
So we had some IPAs. I don't know exactly what they were. I can't remember.
Some Jamaican thing or something.
Right. So Sarge is like, "Hey, let's try these IPAs along with whatever he gets." And then I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm still gonna get my Bud Light Platinum." And we take him back to the hotel room, and I try one of the IPAs. I try 2 sips of it, and I'm just like, it's too bitter for me because I'm not a dark lager person. And I'm like, it's too bitter for me. I can't do it. You know, it's just nasty. Here, you finish it. And
I
then,
heard
right.
Roadrunner.
And then I go and grab one of my Bud Light Platinums, and I take a drink of it, and I'm like, holy shit, this is really sweet. And I'm like, this is like candy. So I start drinking it faster, and he's like, it's sweet because you just had something sour. I'm like, shut up.
Oh my God. Okay, I gotta stop you guys here. First of all, no IPA is sour. That doesn't fucking happen. If it's an IPA, it's bitter, not sour. Secondly, it's not sweet. It's malty or full of protein bodies. Thirdly, holy fuck. Yeah, that's not the way you describe any of that stuff. Oh my God, you guys are bugging me right now.
I know, that's why we're doing it.
He's like a. He's like
That's
a
why. That's
sommelier.
why they Dodge. That's why he did it.
Oh, Dodge, by the way, I'm Rookzer. Nice to meet you.
I have this thing. I will bring it. I will hit you with this.
Wait, what is it? I can't see it. Speak.
A candle?
Oh, a candle. Nice.
Yes.
As long as it smells good.
Well, it's white peppermint.
Dodge.
I'm good with that.
Dodge, you with me?
I hear you, but I don't see you. Where are you?
I'm over here. I'm here.
Oh,
I'm here.
okay.
Hey, guess what?
What?
I have pepper seeds.
Really?
I am bringing the pepper seeds.
Orange peppers?
Yes, they are.
All right, let me bring something over real quick.
Freshly harvested this year.
I got some ghost pepper seeds.
Shh.
All right. Oh my God, I almost spilled something.
Shocking. Was ist das?
Was ist das? This is hot sauce.
Ooh.
Called Heartbreaker Dawn, 1498, which is basically a Nagabat Holokia pepper sauce. If you don't know that, that would be ghost pepper. This is from my local Spanish food restaurant that we go to. It's actually really Tex-Mex. It's called Tijuana Flats. And they have this thing they call Iguana en Fuego, which is made from also ghost peppers.
Iguana peppers?
Yes. But I'll say this. We're going to open them right now.
Wait for it. Wait until I get back.
Do you have to go pee? Must be all that Bud Light you drink.
Why is everything backwards?
Yeah, it was right a second ago.
I know, everything flipped around.
Hey, don't question the internet. The internet knows more than you. So, Sarge, let me ask you a question. Do you personally mind if I ask for a test ride on a rocket ship?
What kind of rocket ship?
Well, there's going to be 2 rocket ships in attendance, yours and Trinith's.
Okay, so
No, wait a minute. No, I think he's confused.
Intercontinental ballistic motorcycle?
Actually, I'm bringing... Okay, now it's a debate. Should I bring down the DL? Or should I bring down the Connie?
Because either way, Trinith is going to be there on his ICBM, and so I can trade him for a test ride, and I know he won't mind. So...
And given the limited amount of...
Wait, you got the DL1000, right?
Yes.
I need to trade you for a test ride on that one anyway. So either way you bring, I'm happy to offer, exchange.
So you got the Connie, you got that with Trinith, and I'll bring down the DL.
Yeah, because I need to test ride a DL 1K anyway, so.
There you go. What are you eating? What the hell? Everything is flipped around.
Huh? What do you think so far?
It's backwards. Everything is backwards. Why is everything backwards?
I switched it around so you could read it.
All right,
No.
see the.
No, we can't.
It was backwards on your screen, but it was fine on the Hangout.
Yeah,
Oh, well, that's weird.
that's you.
Preview sucks.
All right,
There we go.
we're going to test the different hot sauces. We're going to see which one is spicier.
And then we get to try mine. So does it look good?
Beautiful.
Oh, okay, you're starting another line. All right, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, my upper limit for spicy is like Tabasco sauce.
No,
Yeah,
that's not me and Dodge at all. Apparently.
I figured, but I just
Wow, that
I
was
like to taste my food. I
vibrant.
don't like my tongue to fall off.
We got flavor.
Actually,
Alright.
at the Ohio meetup, I had some of that triple atomic shit at Quaker.
Dude, I'm gonna say this much. Somebody said those were the best wings you'll ever have, and I was like,
Bullshit.
exactly.
And like I told you, I don't like spicy stuff. That triple atomic whatever was not that hot. Like
No.
yeah, it was spicy, but it was not that hot.
No. Why is my phone twisted? Holy shit.
All right, we're gonna try the other one now. We're gonna try the iguana en fuego.
And that's flavor.
No, it means
All right,
in
so
flavor.
all right, I'm gonna hop off and go play some more Portal 2 because it is calling my name. So, thank you for letting me back in after I left. I'll catch you guys later. I want to see Betty's tattoo when you're done. So,
Oh yeah.
enjoy your hot sauce. I'll catch everybody later. Again.
See ya. So the two hot sauces. What the fuck?
No. David is grabbing his head.
So while he's grabbing his head, I have two hot sauces here. One called Endorphin Rush, which has
He's looking for air.
it has
I'm
tomato
good,
paste,
I'm good.
water, pepper extract,
He's looking
sugar
for
water.
air.
It doesn't say what peppers though. But yeah, it came with a warning label and it said a food additive only. And then I've got this, which is all sauced up. It's really good. Chunky 5-pepper hot sauce. Now the peppers that it has in it is it's got pineapple, cayenne pepper, jalapeno, habanero, tomato paste, sugar,
No.
onion powder, garlic, crushed red
That one.
black pepper,
Dodge.
bell pepper.
Which one is it?
That one. Oh my god. Oh my
What
god.
is it?
When we're down in Tennessee, I may have to take a trip over to Gatlinburg to pick up some more Endorphin Rush to let Dodge try it.
He just passed out.
No, I didn't pass out. I just had to get a glass of water. Oh my god.
You know water is the worst thing, right?
No, it's really not. The brief moment I'm drinking it feels so much better.
Milk and sugar. And white
We
bread.
don't have milk.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So objectively, not subjective. Objectively, this is way fucking spicier.
Now, I already know how spicy this is. It's close to I think it's about 80,000 Scoville, which
All right, let's-
habanero is 5,000.
Let's see if I can look it up. Heartbreaking Dawn's Scoville, and then the other is Iguana in Fuego Scoville. So the Heartbreaking Dawns in Scoville is described as 500,000 Scoville units. And the Iguana en Fuego is only 100,000, but trust me, it burns more. All right, maybe I did it wrong. Let me grab a spoon.
I would imagine it's
A
all
spoon?
on the delivery. You know,
You're right.
Why do I feel like this just turned into a challenge video?
not for me. That's for damn sure.
All right. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to use chips and
Okay.
chips of equal size and approximate surface area so that it's a fair comparison. These two. I'm going to take Iguana en Fuego, which is 100,000 Scoville units. I'm going to put 3 drops. I'm going to take
Three, ladies and
Heartbreaking
gentlemen.
Dawns. Heartbreaking Dawn, the Dawns, which was 500,000 Scoville units. Theoretically, 5 times spicier. I'm going to put 3 drops of that one.
Now, you know you need a clean palate every time you try these, right?
Well, absolutely. That's why I have the water now. All right, we're getting 3 drops of Iguana en Fuego. 1, 2, 3. 4. I guess I had to do 4 because it had dripped. So, tasting it.
I don't see any sweat.
No, I'm actually
Shh, 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 shh.
I'm doing okay.
Here, let's do this. We'll put it on him.
All right, let me try the water. Clear my palate.
Rinse it. Yeah, rinse the palate.
Rinse and repeat.
All right, 3 drops of Heartbreaking Dawns. Let me have a couple chips to help clear out the palate.
4.
4?
You said 4 because you did 4 of the other.
3.5. All right, 4 drops of Heartbreaking Dawns. Let me try one more chip to clear the palate.
And this is the 500?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just so you know, I can actually eat a whole habanero pepper straight-faced.
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
Markins tried to feed me some fucking ghost peppers.
They're porch peppers.
Yeah, porch peppers my ass. They're at least 250,000 Scoville units.
They were a hybrid. I will
They're like
admit
50 times spicier than a frickin' jalapeno.
they were green like jalapenos, but
So is the Nagaba Halokia pepper, but that doesn't mean it's exactly like mild. All right, 4 drops or 3.5 drops of Heartbreaking Dawns, 500,000 Scoville units. Okay, I'm trying really hard to keep a straight face. I can feel that one. No, I'm good. I'm good. So here's the deal. I tried the 2 hot sauces, and I've been using Heartbreaking Dawns for half a bottle already. And I'll put it in some like ramen noodles or something in a little miniature burrito or whatever. And I'll put like a tablespoon in there. And by the end of the tablespoon, by the time I'm done with my little mini burrito, I can't freaking breathe and my mouth is drooling like buckets of water. It is a very spicy hot sauce, but it builds. Whereas the Iguana and Fuego also builds, but it's only 100,000 Scoville units, but I think it builds a little bit faster. So it depends how much you put in your food, really. Like if you're having 1 drop, obviously the Heartbreaking Dawns is worse. But if you're having like a tablespoon, it's iffy.
Okay, so should I try my hot sauces?
How many Scoville units?
That I'm not sure. Would you mind doing the research?
What's the name?
Should be on the bottle.
Endorphin Rush. No, it's not on the bottle.
Yeah, they rarely put it on the bottle because they generally want you to just guess. Oh, 33,390.
33,000.
Holy crap!
So roughly 1/3 of the weaker.
Right.
But again, how it builds
Still,
varies by hot sauce.
I know for a fact that Endorphin Rush is instant.
Right, but
It's an additive.
so hot sauces use the chemical that attacks you that makes them feel spicy is called capsaicin. It is a neurotoxin. It attacks your nervous system and convinces your brain that your mouth is on fire. With a high enough level of Scoville units, they actually attack your nervous system through your esophageal passageways and through your stomach. And so if you have one that's like 1 million or 2 million Scoville units, you'll consume it, and an hour later, you're still going to feel like throwing up because it feels like your stomach is on fire. It is a sensation I can't even describe to you. You've never felt it, and I can't describe anything else that's similar.
No, I felt it. I ate a ghost pepper. A real ghost pepper.
Yeah, it's like, it's insane. Like you will And even throwing up doesn't make you feel better. Like there's something wrong with your body.
Yeah.
It's just terrible.
There's something wrong with your body.
Yeah. So to answer your question, or to answer my statement earlier, no, I'm not trying mine. I'll try this one, the 5 pepper. That one's delicious. I use that one as a disciplinary for my kid when he says a bad word. He hates it.
So wait, you're telling me that you won't have something weaker than 33,000 Scoville units, but I regularly put 500,000 Scoville units on my food for pleasure?
No, I will, just not right now. Because I don't have any food with it.
So what you're saying is there's something wrong with me.
I've always said that.
Well, I mean, now we have proof.
But yeah, no, I don't mind hot sauce. Just as long as I have something to eat with it. If it's just hot sauce to be, eating hot sauce, I'm good with this one, which is probably like 20,000.
So I was thinking of bringing some of my Heartbreaking Dawns and putting it on a burger for a particular moto vlogger whose name I won't mention that rides a black Connie.
I'll try it.
Well, I was not going to tell him. I was going to like soak his burger in it and be like, "Oh yeah, this one's for you."
But I actually might like that.
No, you wouldn't.
No.
I've had one of your porch peppers, and I've had this, and I will tell you right now, if this was soaked in a burger, you would be upset with me, like very angry.
It's beyond my porch pepper?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, no way. Yeah, I would hate you.
Jalapeno
Ghost pepper hybrid is generally assumed to be approximately, here, let's see how many Scoville units.
The ghost pepper is 2 million.
Well, the hybrid, the hybrids I have are it's jalapeno and ghost pepper.
So here's the thing. Ghost pepper,
it's in between.
A ghost pepper is generally assumed to be 1 million Scoville units. This is 500,000. A jalapeno is only 5,000. So if it's a hybrid, it should be weaker than this.
Oh yeah. But
like my wife looks at me like I'm insane. I put 1 drop of this food on her one drop
on her.
I put it on her and I licked it off and she got upset.
I'd be upset too.
I put a drop of this on her burrito like a week ago in a not a moto vlog, in a regular daily vlog. I didn't put the result in the video, but she was very upset with me how it ruined the meal. 1 drop. I'll use a tablespoon in a meal because apparently I'm psychotic.
I can agree with that.
Hey, whatever. It's all cool.
And see, that's what I'm talking about when I mentioned earlier about the drama and all that stuff. Yeah, we poke fun at each other, but we know.
Look, you just hang around the moto vloggers for another 3 or 4 years. There's drama.
No, I know there's drama. It's just
David, Dodge knows this. I know this. There's a lot of us that know that crap. It's
if you shit on the floor at 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm gonna be angry.
Exactly.
Not you.
No. But I mean, as far as moto vloggers go, they shit on the floor at 1 in the morning, and it pisses you off.
What do you think?
That's hot.
Is nice.
That's hot. I'm gonna do my best Paris Hilton impression. That's hot.
So cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into all the drama. There's a lot of drama in the YouTube community, just like or the motovlogger community, just like there is in the rest of YouTube. The difference is it doesn't get posted in drama. It's not like Joseph Fauci, who pretended his bike got stolen and pretended he got in a fight with a friend. It's not like that shit. It's like It's like a moto vlogger apparently sells a bunch of stickers to help a particular
Oh shit!
I know about
Don't
that.
go there.
nonprofit organization and then doesn't give money to it, or does but doesn't provide proof, and other people think that that person didn't donate the money, and then they get all upset about it, and then thousands of subscribers unsubscribe from someone because of it, and then everybody then goes around espousing how terrible this person is because they didn't give money to a nonprofit for selling stickers they said they were selling to benefit that nonprofit organization. It's like shit like that goes down, and it's like it's kind of low key in the motovlogger community, but it still happens. Like there's things that create drama.
But the thing is, with the whole thing, is then you see that certain motovlogger that promised that sort of thing blow up.
Instead of providing proof, I know.
Yeah.
Or like how, again, not calling out names here because I've been to Atlanta. I know how messed up of a place it is. But a lot of people thought there's no way Chase on Two Wheels had that many bikes stolen in a 2-year period. But again, I've been to Atlanta. It is
Atlanta.
the place, so it's totally possible. But like, things happen, and people are hesitant to believe it, and there's a lot of drama in the background, but it's usually not between the motovloggers. It's usually between the viewers.
Yeah, and Will's signing off for the night. Appreciate you hanging out, Will. You have a good one. So, yeah, as far as the drama, yeah, I've been filled in on some of that, especially with the sticker one. And yeah, I actually applaud the motovlogger community or the motovlog community for not putting all that drama on the videos.
Yeah.
Though some of it should be,
Why?
well, maybe not should be, but I don't know. Maybe something does need to be said in certain circumstances
Why?
to bring some light and maybe benefit the organization by getting the
You
YouTuber
can't do
to,
it. You can't do it.
Well, no, I can't.
No, you. Well, I don't mean you can't do it. It's. What I mean
My
is,
mouth is still burning.
yeah, exactly.
I mean,
You
yeah,
just,
it would
you
bring
just
a
can't
lot.
do it.
It would bring a lot out, and
Well, you could never bring it to light. You can't.
Even I can't. I don't have the subscribership to
no, I
make.
know somebody like one of the really big ones would have to do
Well,
that.
there's some of the really big ones that you talk about, even if they came to light, it would never be believed, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
There's 2 big name motovloggers whose videos appear genuine, and there's a lot of other big name motovloggers who are fake as shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if one of those 2 people made the video, some people would believe it, but a lot of people would get upset with them over making that video, because in the motorcycling community, it is not acceptable to attack our own.
Right.
Exactly.
I mean,
So our community as a whole would not accept it, not just because the loyalty between the motovloggers,
right,
but
but
because
it's
as
like
motorcyclists,
it's bashing a family.
exactly, we don't take kindly to that kind of behavior.
Right, and that's another reason why I like the motovlogging or the motorcycle, family, because it's more family than a lot of blood related family. Like, I mean, you've got the motorcycle gang that does the for child abuse and whatnot. I mean, they'll travel all the way across the country to stand up for a child, and it's one big family. Have y'all heard about those people?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And I mean, I watch those videos, and I'm just like, wow, I want to be a part of that. But I don't really have the time to dedicate to that. Now, if it happened locally, yeah, I'd hop on the bandwagon. But I mean, I don't have the time to dedicate to traveling across the country or to another state to do that. So, and yes, I agree. so, so yeah. On that note, I'm gonna go. We'll go ahead and sign off here because I just realized it's 11:30. So
Holy crap! Wow.
I had only planned on going to maybe 10. So from now on, I think our sign off time should be about 10 o'clock or so. So
We'll need to talk about that. Come up with more structure or something. But yeah.
yeah. So see you later, CM. Justin, appreciate you hanging out for so long. Will, I know you've already signed off. Everybody else who's in here, because I see 5 viewers. If you want to roll call and sign out, Dodge and Sarge, y'all want to close out?
All right, guys. Catch you later, CM, Justin, all you other guys hung out. Put up with our antics. Appreciate it, man.
We'll talk to y'all later. I'll try and be here next week. Even though Thursday is bike night here in Raleigh, I will still try and be here if I can.
All right. And for everybody in there, do not forget the links to everybody's channels will be in the description below. I've already got Sarge and M6s on there. I got to put Wheelins and Dodge is on there. The way we're going to run this is from here on. M6, Sarge, and myself will try to always be here, and then we'll have 1 or 2 guests. It won't exclusively be just Sarge, M6, and myself. So that being said, I'm going to sign off for the night, and I will see you all in the next hangout. Peace.
Outro.